Yo, hello, welcome back to Operation Winter. This is the grand final. We've been through a couple of best of threes today, at least on stream. Yesterday on stream as well. We've gone through the pool to the bracket. We'll go through that in just a sec. This grand final, $1,500 on the line. Who's taking 1,000? Who's taking the 500? It is going to be Lurky's FOMO. Who are they going to be taking on in this grand final, lads?
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Like it really, really is. Like it's one of those situations where I think, Lurky's FOMO, they looked really good. I think there was a lot of really good individual play, and I also think some of the teamwork was really enjoyable to watch as well. So it's tough for me to see, like, or to say. I mean, like I feel like this could be a really, really good final, just considering of how the path has really gotten to this point. But
Yes.
yeah, look, I mean, maybe the slightest edge to them, maybe, but I mean, I still think it's anybody's game. It's a coin toss here.
It is turtus.pro going to be the other team in this grand final. And looking at turtus.pro to kind of build that narrative from the sort of the spawn of them in this tournament. In the pools, they were 2-2. So didn't do the best in their pools. Conviction also had 2-2. And based off of the differentials and kind of the game set rules, they were able to get through to the bracket on sort of the lower end of the spectrum, so the losers bracket entrance to that. So complete underdog story. They have fought tooth and nail to get into the brackets and to get to this grand final. They took out Aether Reserve as well, a bigger team within this tournament. I want to say an upset as the underdogs there as well. So continuing through, as you see for the bracket and how we got to where we are today. turtus.pro, just to recap, took out Aether's Reserve. Going through, they took out the Meat Wagon gang. We saw the Meat Wagon. We interviewed them a bit earlier on today. A very confident team, a team that have played together for a decent amount of time, got to main in the CS realm, and now the grand finals. Lurky's FOMO, we took them out. We saw them took out Chegg, and now turtus.pro is versus Lurky's FOMO. So teams that they've earned the spot in the grands. They've been all over the joint across this whole weekend. They're both going to get some money, well deserved, but how much money to be determined. Turtus is going to start on the CT side. This is FOMO's pick. I don't believe we've seen them on Inferno just yet. No, we've not.
No, not yet. And I mean, that was the first series where you got Inferno, but like again, a nice mixture of the map pools. So Inferno start things off, moving into Ancient, and then if we get there on a third series, it'll be Mirage. So not a bad map pool at all. But I mean, again, this is going to be really, really interesting because, like you said, like for turtus.pro, like again, a team that we haven't been able to, you and I haven't been able to really capture yet. But I mean, just given kind of how they got here and like the matches and stuff like that, like even taking down like Aether Reserve, like in my opinion, that was a really big win. Like, I mean, they got a 13-9 win on Ancient. They lost 13-9 on Nuke, and then they won 13-3. So like, again, and then even Meat Wagon, both 13-8s across the board. So like these guys have really been able to really turn a new page, getting into playoffs and essentially getting themselves in this LAN position.
Now, final time, baby. The dual leads. Helio. Colin, like the helicopter, sweeps by, gets one. Traded out real quick though in the 4 versus 3. Coming in from Boiler. Try to be disturbance, break the flow a little bit. The Glocks, the run and gun advantage being served on a cold platter for Pistol. Good nade. Look at the chunk on Nova.
Yeah, not bad at all. And I mean, again, like there's still like it's just the armor available here right now for the CT. So they have to get moving here quickly. Oh, that's gonna help though. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a badger coming out and just takes his head away. So now the 2-2. Jay needs to do something big here, but at least his teammate can help him out. And Lurky's FOMO, they're finally going to be able to get themselves a pistol. And let's not forget, like with these guys in the previous series that we captured, they were 0-2 in pistols. Like these guys could not win a pistol round for their life.
They were struggling to lock it down, weren't they? They just didn't look confident on those pistols, and they kept being sort of outshined in those moments. This time around, though, not at all. And turtus.pro, here we are. We're seeing them. Long weekend of gaming for them, that's for sure.
It's been a long, like, again, like we talked about this before for anybody like just tuning in now and kind of getting in context of this. Like today has been all best of threes. So teams that have been winning, and all these matches have been going 3-map series. So like all these teams essentially are going to be playing like 9 maps of Counter-Strike, or depending on how this final goes, right? But it's pretty wild to think. Like that is a lot of CS in a short amount of time. So But, I mean, FOMO looking like they took that break pretty good. PZ is getting himself a nice double kill with the Mac. So money's going to be grabbed. Not really an investment here, just a dig remaining here for the CT side. But these USPs maybe might be able to find something, but not looking likely. And now Kisubi's just going to be by himself. Hoping to God he's going to be able to find a connection somewhere, but he'll get an easy one. And now he can just leave, and he's gone. He's done, and he's going to get removed through a smoke.
Vaporized, melted, shredded, gone. Pistols gone, rifles in. Gone in as soon as they can, not missing a beat, not wasting any time. Trying to get a bit of an understanding of kind of how FOMO have been playing their T side, but that's something with Inferno that makes it so difficult to read that T side. It's so unpredictable. There's so many different things that you can do. There's so many strats, years worth. You've kind of got to flip through the strat book of good nades, massive half chunk of damage out of Alien.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. Good placement as well. Like you could see it was kind of the right click throw and goes just over the half wall really, really nicely. So good damage inflicted. But and, you know, like thankfully for FOMO, it is the player with an Act 10, so it's not like one of the players with the AK, so that's whatever. And look at even there, like even Hilo just actually goes for a bit of a chaotic swing, but he was hoping for Rue with a flash, but now look at Rue. He's by himself. He's got the M4, and he does have that little bit of utility. He's got one smoke, so again, like for him, he can't get taken out here. Like this is a dangerous angle to be on, but it actually does look like FOMO might change up their plan. The bomb kind of still in the bottom of Banana, but they still have that 2-and-2 split, looking for the bracket control. But look at Turtus. They're going to actually swing into mid. This is a really, really nice play. This is a good macro play. They do get caught a little bit here, but now you can see the rotates are actually starting to commence.
They're waiting for the smoke dissipation, though. Two on the other side of the wall. Trying to peek out like the Avengers. Rue backing off.
Oh, no.
With the worst timing. Yeah, this is just a lurk.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Rue.
That's so unfortunate, man. Really
that was a gamble.
Flash, though. Delayed a little bit.
Oh, that's not the play. Yeah, Rue going for a big swing, and Jade actually takes him down. So now Ksubi, a tough position to be in. Do you actually want to commit to this double player here in church? So they're gonna have a quick prayer. Maybe they're gonna be able to find themselves this clutch. But Ksubi, man, like again, no kit. These guys don't buy kits. Like,
don't be
need a diffuser, bro.
Diffuser. That's it. Oh,
and Jade.
Sneak attack. Knife.
Oh, no. Discipline.
I understand. I respect it. Knife would be a bit insulting in the grand final, and could be a kick in the nads for morale, but doesn't need to. Headshot anyway. Save once more for the brutal CT side. Or is it a tech?
It could be a tech issue potentially, because normally it pops up pretty quickly. So we'll get production to see if they can do a little investigating. But I mean, honestly, right now, given the money situation on this, like again, 3,000s, Hilo with 41, like I really wouldn't expect a crazy purchase into this. Yeah, like I maybe just maybe MP9s, but I feel like if they lose that, it just might kind of, you know, compile it worse for them. I would like to just see like light pistols or something like that, and just maybe even doing a stack or something like that, something a little bit more creative. We didn't really get to see too much of that so far. Like I think it was the first best of 3 today where we saw like, you know, the pyramid stack, and really that was kind of it. Every other team has essentially just played like default positions. So, but nonetheless, I mean, the one thing I will say is I do like seeing FOMO getting themselves a 3-0 lead like this, because that was the one thing I was really criticizing them for on the previous series, was that they were just giving up so many rounds, losing pistol, never can convert that second for the most part. So it already put them in a massive deficit. So these guys definitely look a lot more energized, look a lot more pleasant and happy, and just a nice old smile on that camera. Look at him. It's like a model. Put him on a magazine or something, you know?
To be on Vogue soon. The Stewie 2K stare down. Serious, man.
Yeah.
I get it though. This is money, man. This is beyond just a weekend skirmish now. You've made it to the money zone. You made it. We are getting money. Let's get the max amount. Smiles are there, but you can feel a little bit of tension. Just a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like again, like it's a cool amount of money that's on the plate here, and starting the year off, get some frags in, get to go to Game Arena, hang out, make some money, and not a bad way to go. But that's what and again, like even going a little bit deeper on that is like we talk about this all the time, like you and I, is that pressure now is kind of elevated even a bit more. I kind of feel like maybe for FOMO, just given how that interview was with like Jester and kind of the rest of the guys, I kind of feel like they're a very laid back team. I didn't really get the sense of like stress and all this like pressure. Whereas some teams, you can tell when they come into tournaments like this, there seems to be like this expectation, and then that's where I think like a LAN final really does start to put on a little bit of that pressure against you. And that's where we start to see some of those mistakes. So that's why I was kind of leaning on FOMO, just because we've seen them play and just their vibes so far seem to be like very positive. Which is a cool
positive, super puggy.
Yeah.
And that's not meant in an insulting way. It's unpredictable. And then literally admittance come from Jester, hey, like the team broke up. The band broke up. We got the band back together again, one last dance. But one last dance where you go into a tournament and you're kicking ass and you're taking names. You've got to a grand final. That's not just one last dance. It's a potential for a lot more. So yeah, I'll just see a couple of players step away from their desk for just a second. So give us a moment. We'll get this all sorted. So a bit of kerfuffling gone over from Turtus' side. So make sure everyone's situated, dialed in. Now we're back in business. Good start from FOMO though. I think this matches their playstyle playing Inferno. They react well under chaos in chaotic situations, right? Some teams crumble, but they seem to prosper in any situation they've been put in so far. So now they've got more reps in, a bit later in the tournament, seeing a bit more collective, but unpredictable all the same.
Yeah, and I'm kind of been wanting to see what Turtus is going to be able to bring, because I honestly caught them a little bit yesterday on the stream, and I think I caught the one game that they didn't do quite well on, so I wasn't really sure what to expect from these guys. But like when we were going into this and hearing that they caused an upset and they did a little bit of work, I was like, oh, okay, like something's really changed. Like something happened overnight for these guys where they went 2-2 in their group, and now we're talking about these guys in a LAN final. So definitely, that's where you were talking a lot about this, where, anything can happen on LAN, things, different day, different outcomes. Hot dang.
Airstrike on LAN. Yeah, no, you're very right. We've got to the grands. The nerves starting to hit. Oh, man. Cook. Let him cook. Diage. Molotov. Scorched toes. Scorched body and all. Disintegrated. Put into the incinerator. The 5 versus 3. Melted. Fried. All sorts of cooked. And interesting POV for Bob. Shuts that one down. 4 in the bag. Only a save, but continued fragfest from Lurky's FOMO.
Yeah, and this is one of the things too, is like I still think that, in my opinion, Inferno's played quite a bit, but like in terms of like when you talk about overall in the current map pool, like at a professional level, it's kind of like in that middle lower end. Like it is more than like Vertigo, but it's not, it's not like it's more than Nuke or anything like that. Like your top 4, Ancient Anubis and Mirage Nuke, right? So the fact that these guys are kind of, good game plan like this, like even though just again these trades and the double kills, getting these sites pretty much in full, convincing fashion, you can tell they came in with a really good game plan. Like, especially with a squad that's been together and they're kind of getting the band back together. This looks like they have cooked up something delicious.
Oh, yeah. Master Chef, eat your heart out. Watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen recently as well. Gordon Ramsay would be happy.
Hey, great show.
It's a banging show, man.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Yeah, that one came out. So I actually shared me yesterday. It's a very good point. Where's that fucking lamb sauce?
Oh, it's the best.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Oh,
Brilliant.
No. So brilliant. Look, I mean, things are more brilliant over here. Like, FOMO is, they've actually done a really good job, like, despite that little bit of a break, too. Like, I not to jinx it, but it does feel like a bit of a speed run, right? I mean, we're already 5 rounds deep. And, like, I'm just saying, like,
speed run.
I'm trying to spit some facts here, because, like, it just seems like it, right? But, I mean, I might cast or curse it or something here, but I don't know. Like these guys just seem like, they're just going from point A to point B, and nothing's gonna get in their path, right? Like there's no turbulence at all.
No, you're right, man. They're like a delivery driver that's just there's traffic, but they know the back roads. They know the back roads, how to get it done. Do things their own way. And this one, another down tick. You saw, almost with the push up. Try something different. I like it. Don't care that you get fragged there. It's worth the risk. No risk, no reward. High risk. Punished, sadly, on this occasion, though. Good idea. Still some reserve funds for Turtus to maybe get like a light pistol bind for the next round. Delio trying to regain a little bit of the frag control. Damage done on Peace. But he's pieced out. He's out. Leave me alone. You give me enough damage to me, I get the message, I'll back off.
Yeah, and we saw this before, like Turtus, I mean, they were, one of the teams where, I think it was Rue in the third round, like he, made a lot of noise with a big rotate. And right now, look what they did. Again, same thing. They're now gambling for an A hit. One player's faked it. Jester has faked this commitment, and all 4 CTs are just gambling it. And they have lost the roll of the dice here, because now, Lurky's FOMO, they're going to have a free sight. Turtus.pro is in a position where, do we want to try to retake this? It is a 4-on-5, but
so well played.
Man, just really, really good calling right now from the FOMO side. Like, honestly, I got to give it up to the IGL. He's calling a magnificent game.
Preach, man. This is main strategy, right? Like, you've played the level above and beyond, mate. Like, it's where you start seeing like casual strats turn to serious strats. You start to see like that sort of on the cusp of pro, big brain plays, just such good patience, such good fakes, and it's worked almost every time they've done it this tournament. So really, you're right, having fun, but there's some big brains behind the scenes. We could talk about that perhaps in the after show if things continue. Good exits though, coming in from Turtus. Got a couple of AKs, made that 3 AKs, or chucking the op out the map just for safety. Dio says, this is the teaser, but it's going down with the ship. 16k. Lots of money available over for FOMO. 6-0. Surprised that's in your timeout, man. We talk a timeout, especially in the grand final. You've got a bit of space here. It's your first game. You want to get off to a good start for this best of 3. You don't want it to go all the way to the best of 3, but nothing as of yet. They're not tapping out mentally for that portion.
Oh no.
Oh
no. No, maybe not. Maybe just it looked weird. It did look a little scary.
The face or something, not sure, but yeah. Keep his edge of our seat. Subi back.
Cat on a screen or something, who knows?
Who knows, man?
Well, right now, I mean, they're doing a good job in terms of damage. So I mean, even PZ hasn't seen a soul. He's already down to 25. So utility work from Turtus is definitely an improvement this round, because I mean it felt like Lurky's FOMO, like they were the ones that were doing all the utility damage. Now they're starting to win these duels. Warp is going to be able to find the double here with the op. There we go. Things are starting to look a little bit better now. Finally getting a little bit more of a footing in round number 7. But we'll have to see, what does Lurky's FOMO want to do? I mean, they have the bomb in their control. They do have double smokes with the molly too.
Look at Chester.
I know. He's just waiting.
I know now.
Well, nobody's in library, nobody's on Arch to really like punish him. So I mean, right now he can put a lot of focus onto Pit, but he obviously doesn't know that. But okay, he's gonna get taken out. That would have been detrimental. If Jester would have been able to win that fight, honestly, like this could have just been a Lurky FOMO round, like pretty obvious or pretty convincing in my opinion.
Anything's possible we've seen from these boys. Even the 1 versus X situation. Get off the ground. Very important rounds coming from Turtus.pro. We've seen it already in today's tournament. It was over on Vertigo. I believe in I think it was the Meat Wagons. They came back from a really big deficit. Tackle timeout called out from Lurky, trying to break that momentum, break that forthcoming forward stride from Turtus.pro. I like this timeout. It asserts dominance. Like, listen, we're in charge right now. Let's just break their stride. Let's talk about what are we doing for our next round, and maybe change things up strategically wise, because they've just been playing very fake out of sight, go to the other. They've cleaned out sites with that multiple times. Now starting to really put the thinking cap on here. See the serious faces. See what strategies being discussed.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, just kind of bouncing a little bit off of what you were just saying, is the fact that, for me, like Lurky's FOMO, like in a map like this on Inferno, like the rotates, they're quite long, right? Like they're not quick, they're not like Nuke, they're not like things like that, where you do have to go and do a bit of a travel. So if you can get the CTs to get out of position and rotate when they shouldn't be, I mean, as a T, you're already winning, right? Like that's the whole thing. Map control is so important on this map, obviously important on all maps, but in my opinion, in a map like Inferno, it means way more because the CT positioning is so critical for success. If you catch them off guard or they rotate, like I said, the wrong way, I mean, it's already put them in 2 rounds already from the 8 we've already had.
Oh, I love the attempt to the peak here from Alien. Tries to use the frag explosion, the debris, just to knock off the angle and give them disguise, but Borb, good flicks.
Oh, and that's the bomb too. Oh no. A nice kill from Nova. And Jade. Yeah, that's actually not bad at all. And they're able to retrieve this bomb, but you can see, I think that's actually Hilo. So he's on the bottom of mid, and now he's actually going to retreat all the way back to B. I think he realized that this was a really risky play for him to do. Oh, man! Borba's head is gone! Whack him, sock him, and he's gone!
Oh.
Okay, Subi's got to do something big now. He's looking for a USP to a gunfight. Still going to win it! That's a round to get everybody fired up. Holy!
I think it was from Diage. That flick, I'd love to see a replay of that. That was a wrist breaker. There's flicks vertically down. Beautiful stuff. Not enough to win the round though. Finally, FOMO in a position where let's think about saving. In fact, let's not. As a false in, pardon me. I saw pistols and assumed to save, but they forced it with everything they can. Tech 9s for the most part. 1 gladiator rifle. Being Diage with the AK, 11 inch green light. You do your thing, Diage. We're just going to hang out. Alien, hanging out a bit too in the open, perhaps. Does get spammed through the smoke.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting attempt on that, but I mean, the AK is still going to be, for Jade or Diage right now. I mean, that's not a bad thing. PZ trying to see what he's able to find, and he's doing a good distraction, both these CTs. Oh man, fresh haircut for Rue. I mean, that's the thing, like, when you get this aggressive as a CT and, like, nothing's connecting, like, I feel like you always just get punished. Like, the CS gods just go against you, and you're like, yep, you're about to get annihilated here. Just like that. Like, even Borb, like, no point for peeking this. So they're giving up 2 bodies right now.
It's an AWP!
And he has an AWP now, full armor, too. And they have an AK and M4. So these guys are sitting pretty. But now they finally get a little bit of a reality check because Hilo does get a little bit of a jiggle peek. But now these CTs are in the wrong place at the wrong time because now it's all down to 1 player. Weave has to be able to find something big. It's a labored spray. Not able to get that double. So now this plant comes in. But this should be a retake attempt.
Diage just hanging by the Kenny S spot. Does fall off it though. The up has other plans too. Up playing, I believe, in small pit, just under balcony there. Oh, actually moved over to big pit now. Smart move. Bit more visibility. Bit more of a wide angle. Big pit, small pit, where are they? Kasubi trying to come in, trying to clear these angles as fast as possible. Jester picks up the frag, just like he picked up some big comments in that interview. He is amped up, baby. He's letting them know. I've got it all. I've got a rifle. I've got the up in my pocket. Boom. He's a happy camper.
That's the thing I love about Jester too. Like, truthfully, like, he's one of those players that, gets he gets, really loud and gets aggressive and charismatic. Yeah. And that like, for me, like, that's something I used to do back in the day too, right? Like, if you made a mistake, I am letting you know. I am letting you know that you are the worst player in the server. Like, and that's that mental thing all over again, right? So him just losing his mind, you can just tell that Turtus.pro is probably like, oh, damn it. I can't believe we gave it up.
Oh, it's definitely, there is an art to Spectral. And I'm not just talking throwing verbal abuses on him. What are you doing? Why didn't you stick that? That's something we saw from Jester earlier. That's what was said. We heard from production. And that's a critical thing of LAN play, lads, that I'm really stoked to hear you highlight from your experience as well. You got to throw down the shade and just simply Why did you hold that angle? Why didn't you fall off of that? Why did you let me op you like that? Why did you give us an op? So many questions. And turtus.pro, they're struggling to find the answers.
Oh, they really are. But look at Borb. This actually could be really nice. A good flash, and actually, that duel is going to allow the bomb to get dropped, but gets quickly picked up. So it's not going to be as much of a problem as I thought it would be, but now you can see Lurky's FOMO. They're going to get this bracket control, so they have quite a few options. 2 CTs are still in the safe site. The rotate now from Rue. Hilo's able to find at least one more, so now they're repositioning from Borb. This is big, and Hilo's able to find himself another one before he goes to the grave.
The ball bang. Shot back through the smoke, returned in kind. BM for BM, 28 seconds, 2 versus 2. A really, really important round. A little bit of presence. The overpeak almost coming in from turtus.pro. 20 seconds. Saying that, the overpeak, they don't have to do much. Down to 15. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock. TZ looking to piece out a player. The spray down from the MP9. You can see Ninja though. You can see the reverse spray down. Sneaking through the smoke like strangers in the night. Just barely turtus.pro holding on by a thread for dear life.
Yeah, and honestly, these are, this was kind of like when we were watching, our second series of the day, and that was, a lot of the scrappy rounds, and that was Sleepless versus the Meat Wagons, right? And Sleepless were kind of like really, really getting scrappy and barely winning these rounds. Not really the same tale here, but Turtus has kind of put themselves, in a couple situations now where things are getting probably a little close for comfort. But, I mean, they're definitely relying on some of these heroic plays from some of the individuals. Like Hilo, in my opinion, was able to find that double kill at the right place and the right time, which really did stunt FOMO on their regression. So he really saved the day for round number 10 previously.
Oh, person here, a flash pop here and there. Tech9 slow push. Give them anything to work with right now. They have an inkling here. I think someone might be apartments. They've done a lot of apartment pops as well when they've come onto A. I'd love to see FOMO be a little bit more creative when it comes to their A execute. This might become a little bit predictable. It's going to be the waterfall. Tech9 Rec9 try to do some magic. It's going to do humongous things. Takes out 2. Brings it down to the 3-on-2. Tech9 Rec9 doing work.
It honestly, it is the Tech9 that makes, a lot of magic happening. But again, we cannot ignore all that utility, and even Rue throwing a bit of a questionable smoke. I was kind of wondering what he was aiming for, but
what are we aiming at?
This is a very difficult retake to go for. You have 3 players alive. Damage is getting inflicted, but yeah, he's definitely locked in. And now Hilo, yeah, you got so many angles you have to clear. That's hard. That's difficult.
And he's actually saying that, and I think that's it's those things. If you've got a good idea and a good teamwork and synergies you're seeing from Lurky's FOMO, if 8 broke, don't fix it. I've said they've gone through apartments, not had the most success. They had success usually on getting out onto site, but there they flooded and stuck in sight. They didn't fan out too much, and it paid dividends to them. Really, really nice work from Lurky's FOMO, and just expect the unexpected. Play the same strat over and over again. It's working. It's working largely here for Lurky's FOMO. They haven't done anything crazy. They've done some Lurky plays as named by nature with the fake go to the opposite side, but generally speaking, they're just winning their gunfights, Slaz.
Yeah, they're really just doing some basic executes and some good utility work. But yeah, these guys are going to go into ships in the night. They're going to go past each other, which Borp, he's probably like, why is he there? Were you not watching it? So that might be a bit of a miscomm as well, right? And this might be costly. I mean, this is the last round in the first half. So, I mean, for Lurky's FOMO, if they can get themselves 9 for a transition into that second half, I mean, this might be a quick inferno. Ooh, a nice little bit of an attempt on the swing, but short-lived here with an MP9.
Jester, step right up. Another frag taken in to a counter. 9-3 it will be. What a half. What a half from FOMO. Everyone's looking at him. Everyone's smiling. Joking. Jester, really, just, you can tell he's the vibe maker. He's the younger version of you, lads. Just dropping all the banter to the other team, to his team as well. And it's a necessary means to, I think, that winning recipe for a team. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've still got the potential best of 3 in front of us. But from what we've seen as their story and sort of their playstyle has unfolded over the past couple of games here today and from yesterday, they are a very, very dynamic team. So much confidence. Some good experience for some younger players too. I love it.
Oh wow, and even FOMO, they're trying to get aggressive with the USPs down middle. They tried to use that smoke on the bottom of Banana so that they can, go for the isolation, but I don't know. And now lock in, he's got to get out of here. He's got to be able to stay alive. Him being this aggressive is so... How does he find 2 in that kind of a position? No way does that happen again and again.
In their face. And he's still able to take 2 down and make a little bit of disgrace with that Archer's push.
Oh, man. Eating my own words here. Like, I was thinking, man, he's a dead man. Like, he's got 3 different guys that are just going to swing him. And him in the land shot. And with a P2K, nonetheless. Oh! And K-Subi now in a tall task here for the one-on-one now from the one-on-two.
Has a kit.
And he is going to stick it, but now, his back's turned. And actually, surprisingly, PZ, I don't know why he didn't diffuse the other way, but very, very interesting.
Confused. I think he just didn't think they were going to peek because they didn't think the first one would be a stick with the kit on pistol round, which I understand. I understand the thought process, but a risky one. Indeed, a risky one. Exposed the elements and us and faces will be with the headshot delivered, exposed on that defuse attempt. CT side is T side as we mentioned, and CT sided not to beat as the full save coming out, I think, like 1 nade for the CTs or Alien, just absolutely eating it. Down to 16.
Yeah, I don't know if they saw him either, because what he was trying to do is he's trying to do the cheeky play where you can actually sneak into window without getting seen. And I mean, he got this control, but it's cost him so much of his HP already. But again, nothing here from Turtus. They're not even entertaining alt middle right now. They're actually putting all their attention to Banana, keeping, I think, just 1 player on the back, all in the back of alt middle, which now PZ's, kind of making his presence known, and they win that fight. So he gets a bit overwhelmed, but the USPs are making connections here, Kappa. This is wild. We're talking about a 3-on-3 with minimal investment, and now look at Turtus. They're actually even looking to re-aggress on this. They're all going to come down Banana. Dear God. They have to fight back for the bomb control.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Oh, that's a round. You cannot lose it. Yes, and the banter comes out, rightfully so. That is the worst way to win a round. The bomb was in the back of T stairs. They had to come back to get it. That is a misplay and a half. But I mean, again, look at Lurky's FOMO. All over the map. Pistols.
That's agonizing, dude. That is agonizing. Forced them onto a safe. Not only that, it's double figures on the doorstep of match point. T-sided map. CTs. Getting rounds like that. It just can't be happening. A lot of damage inflicted off the Ripper too. Such good use of the USPs. Can't emphasize that enough there.
It's honestly been like quite outstanding to see. Like I feel like I've never seen so many rounds with minimal investment of like USPs and maybe the odd deagle that have been converted. Like I truly am trying to remember. Like I know I'm a little foggy here with the cold, but I feel like, it's just, I don't think I've ever recalled it this many times in a tournament. Like this is just baffling.
Especially not on LAN. Especially not on LAN, right? Like that's I'm gobsmacked, but kudos to him and leading into the next round with that adrenaline. Nova picks up 2. Those are a couple more trying to come through. The Tech 9, the drive-by, the flyby. 3 versus 3. Such low HP on turtus.pro. Bomb down though. Econ being bolstered up. HP, no one could be bandaged up. They are what they are. No frags. I do have a Molotov though. If PZ can kind of airstrike that into sight. There you go. Let him cook. Let him cook. Puts them into a really dodgy position, but that actually worked out for you.
Yeah, that actually did kind of pan out nicely, but there was that noise cue, so at least for them, they were like, okay, look, we moved a player from backside, so they have a little bit more of an idea where they could be. It was a good effort. I mean, they definitely, for They utilize some of the basic utility, just covering off pit with the smoke, and Molly to flush off the back, or flush out the back of the site. But again, Turtus, through all the chaos and the mayhem that was just happening in round 15 there, they're able to bounce back around where, again, I didn't think that was going to happen, but this is kind of a, you know, the funny way that we've seen some of these teams go, like where rounds they shouldn't win, they win. So, but now it's a full investment. AWP going to be placed here for Borb, and that's always interesting too, because I feel like T-side AWPing on Inferno can be a little challenging. It's not easy. But we'll find out.
Spike 7. The A1S. The Lurky's FOMO, the one saved. Oh, so much damage. Might see that A1S trade off. Might see it trade off to someone with a little bit more health. 2 players in A. Easy. Trying to be cheeky with the Swag 7. The heat on the Swag 7. Just too hot to handle. Gets absolutely domed by Helio. Like the thought, but a bit overconfident. And that's something I was going to mention earlier. They've got so much confidence. Confidence is mandatory if you're going to be a winning squad. But a little bit of overconfidence can start to lead you in a little bit of another direction. See if that does come into play here. Everything. Alien trying to get something done, but not able to. A1S down. That's the only rifle, the only gun, the primary they had in circulation right now. 3 USPs. Not quite out for the count. We've seen what they can do with USPs. A dink. No kill. Both players are on B for the CTs.
Yeah, and really in this kind of a position too, like, I mean, there's really not much that they have to stress about, because even if they want to just go and run out and die, like, it's not really going to matter, right? Like, they don't have anything invested. They're not saving anything. It's not like armor or like, you know, some, you know, better pistols or something like that. It really is just kind of USPs. So for them, they should be just kind of running around looking for something. But there's no guns to pick up because all 5 players are alive here from Turtus. So really, this is just kind of like a suicide mission, hoping maybe they'll find a duel.
Oh, timing.
Oh God, Rue, you got to hit these. Yep. Okay. A little bit of a challenge. But he's fine. Things are working out okay.
Got the hot rod, man.
Haven't seen that in a long time.
No, it's been a very long time as well. Beautiful skin, actually. Has a little bit of similarities to the Knight. It's like the budget Knight. Still pretty expensive, mind you. But very pretty to see A1S indeed. Jester trying to find something. Wasn't able to, but financially, in this very strange buy we've seen from Lurky's FOMO, again, got to be careful. Got to be careful with these overconfident half buy-ins. What we're seeing here, we are going to see MP9 see the up, seeing 1 A1S. They believe they can get it done with SMGs and shotguns and 1 op. Did they regress? My bad. Apologies. They retracted the op. No op play.
Yeah, I actually don't mind that either, because I think what they want to do is like they could just have a little bit more of that money flowing around. Like Jade is, you know, sitting at $3,600. Like, that's actually a good thing, because, you know, that does actually kind of put a good potential here with the loss bonus. Op might be on the docket, so that could, you know, again, that's fine. And especially if he's able to find 1 or 2 kills with that MP9. So we'll see, but now things are kind of hit a halt here, right? You can see the 3-2 split. Lurky's FOMO just kind of relying on the double players. They might be able to get this timing. That's a decent nade, not quite as much as they were hoping, but damage is damage, so that's going to help a little bit.
Trying to bait something in. Chase me. No one chasing, actually full enough. Taking the page out of Lurky's FOMO. Ooh, Nova playing with fire. I'll do it. Jade, Yosh, grabs 1. Grabs another. Back and forth we go. Regardless of the guns in play, Lurky's FOMO creating the illusion there's more players there than them perhaps may be. Timing. Timing is everything. Nova able to rotate back through to apartment balcony. More info gained. 30 seconds. We need to see some kind of execution. Looks like it's a B poster. It has to be with the time left, surely, right?
It has to be, yeah. And I mean, they have no time to lose now. They have to commit to this. And I mean, PZ, he's able to get back in time, but he can't get anything done. Uh-oh, this is not good for Jester. He's in a really, really bad spot. I don't know how he even finds that 1 kill. Leah just kind of like falls asleep at the wheel a little bit here, but the bomb's going to go down, so that's fine. But now Nova, I mean, no kit, full armor though. Might just look for an exit. And honestly, this might be the play. Yeah, just going to pray. What do we do?
You can't blame a man at this point, really. Count your stars. Look over me on this retake. Oh, mighty one. One over at New Box does see that. Like the spray fake. Do what they can to sort of debate the pre-fire. There you go. Turn and face the camera. You're on the Candy camera and it's recorded. turtus.pro starting to rev their engines a little bit. Money starting to stack up a little bit. The up in play. Some Lurky's FOMO. That sort of jester vibe. It's fading a bit. They're starting to really get close to their screens here. We did see this one of the earlier games. Sometimes you've got to lock in. It's good to have fun. It's what game is all about. But it's down for 1,000 or 500 bones. That's the difference between 100 versus $200. It's the reason you came here today, as well as the rep. Borb gets an early pick. Takes out an early player, an early gun. CT Econ continues to be punished. 2 pickups over an A.
Yeah, this hesitation's starting to kind of seep in now for the CT side. You can see, like, even now, like, they're just
what a shot.
Trying to think of, like, plays to maybe make, maybe not to make. And even there, like, locking Alien, you know, like, typically he likes to just swing. He likes to get aggressive. He likes to really just get in your face. And even there, he's like, do I want to peek this? I don't know. And then he was dead before he could even finish his thought process. And now we're talking about the 5-on-2.
Smoke.
But this smoke is only just going to buy a little bit of time here. You got the FAMAS. I mean, that's just not the weapon you really want to lock things down with. And it is a 1-on-1 split here for the CT side. So, I mean, even Jester, like, for him to stay alive as long as possible, this is important. Man. But PZ, like, he has to get moving now. Like, these comms are hard because they have no idea where Turtus is.
Oh, it's all blind. It's all blind. And actually, Lurky and Virgin over in Arches. I think of the lane. Yeah, they're going to go to lane instead. Pouring in through lane. Jester by Kenya has to go huge. Has to get more than one. Gets one. Inflicts damage in the second. Such a hard challenge to hold up to. No util here for PZ. Bamaz. The lighter of the assault rifles in the terms of damage. A bit more in the sense of bullets, but no kit. No util. You save that. I think that's going to be the popular comm. Trying to take a seat. Just chilling out in the kitchen. Mom, what's the Wi-Fi password? Same as all has this been, honey. It's CS2. Inferno, maybe, in the terms of this. Hang out over a kitchen. Able to get a pick. Here you go. Maybe another. With the damage done by the... Oh, okay, nice. Nice. Okay, recovers a gun.
Yeah, gets away with it. I thought he was gone for sure.
Got long arms, this one.
Inspector Gadget.
10-8. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. The Inspector Gadget grab. This was 9-3 at the half, Laz.
It was, yeah. This is again, we're a situation where there is a big lead, and then that all of a sudden just kind of crumbles down, right? So the turtus.pro not giving up. That T side has just been so strong. It's really starting to prove in a point, but I mean, look, there's some pistol investment here, and Lurky's FOMO. I mean, again, these guys have really shown us taking win rounds like this, so I'm not even counting them out. It's all about what turtus.pro does here. I mean, if they get in their own heads and overthink this and cluster a bit, that might be the problem, right? PZ is kind of in a weird position because he's playing this aggressive angle where he's going to wait for the Paul flash. That's nice. He should be able to find it. He does. Now he needs to tuck back in. Now he needs to just play more defensive, and that's exactly what they do.
Trying to keep him at bay. Trying to make it seem like there's more firepower than there actually is there. Lock in. Actually locked up for the time being. Can't play anymore for this round. Has to just watch his peers. Watch his main teammate of years. Gonna get wiped for 6 months, by the way, not years. On the way to years, perhaps. 4-on-2. Trying to grab a couple of rifles. They do. 2 AKs. One from this round. Another acquired this round. Run into the kitchen or wherever they're going to go. Maybe the T-spawn, not sure actually. Save those guns. Reinvest it for the next one. This was a save. There was only 1 rifle invested. 2 rifles to take out. Not too shabby, really.
Yeah, this is what we were, talking about a lot, when we first saw Inferno here for day number 2, is that CT side, like, it can be so strong when you're in the right position, but as soon as you lose one of those players and you have that gap in the map, it really just starts to eat you up a little bit, right? Because now you've seen Turtus.pro, they've gotten themselves, what, 6 rounds pretty much, I don't want to say in a row, but essentially 6 rounds in this half. Like, it's 6-1 right now, because it was a 9-3 in the beginning. And look at the difference in, like, the charismatic, behavior, and these guys are just so excited, and they're definitely way more upbeat. These guys look a little bit more stressed, right? That body language is starting to kick back against them. This was a team that, they're just chilling, their vibes, they're all about the good spirits, but now they're starting to realize, like, look, like, we got some tough work ahead of us. These guys are not letting go.
No, they're not letting go at all. Trying to push the Lurky's FOMO hands off the trophy, off the $1,000, and say, hold on, we're going to have to wrestle for this. Damage exchange. In fact, a frag acquired. Kazubi heard a bit of a frag demon from what you saw yesterday, and from what we've heard from production as well. Starting to show a bit more of that confidence of those peaks. The op slaps a player to the ground, lock in, not having as good a game as we have seen earlier in this tournament, earlier on today. Great frick from Diage. Can Jay grab any more? Wrap around. Over in an apartment's going through boiler instead. Expecting balcony, but no one's there.
They're not even going to go for it. Again, like, I mean, keeping that op is pretty important. So, like, if you remove the op with an automatic save and then having the double AK on a 2-on-4, not fun. And this is kind of right back to what I was saying, right? Like, this is where this map can be, it's so technical, and that's what makes it really exciting. But at the same time, people, it starts to become like game time. You're just saving all the time. You're just not really doing much because you just can't. Like, you just honestly can't. So that's the problem here. But all of a sudden, we're back to a tie game, 10-10. Lurky's FOMO, I would love to see them on, honestly, a timeout. I'd love for them to just kind of cool things off. The momentum is just, it's smooth sailing right now. There's no white caps. They finally call it. Love it. I think they absolutely need this.
They do need it. They really do need it. I think you guys stated a really good point for Inferno, why it isn't seen as often as it was in the pro scene. Is you mentioned the technicality of it. It is exhausting. Even as a commentator, right? Even as an analyst playing, watching this game being played in Inferno, there's so many micro strategies you need to employ into the game mid-round. It is exhausting on the mind. And we've seen this a couple of times today playing this map. It's something I think is very undervalued, but it's got to be spoken about. They're on LAN. They're exhausted from trying to counter-strat over and over again from these unpredictable teams. And Turtus, they're 10-10, man. This is a 9-3 half. They are at a tie game. The threat is imminent. It's right on the doorstep of FOMO. They're feeling the burn now.
Yeah, critical round, down to round 21 here. And I mean, this is again where the money is very lopsided here for the CT side. And I mean, like, for Turtus.pro, like, I mean, you have Hilo that's sitting at pretty much 20 or 12,500 pretty much, and everybody else, like, they got money for days. Like, they're fine. It's really Lurky's FOMO. A lot more of that pressure, like you said, is built against them. Oh no, and then he looks away in case Subi gets the perfect timing. They get this bracket control for free.
Bro. Look at Nova. Got tagged on the way in as well. Buy a frag, get a half free. No damage, or very minimal damage exerted on Turtus.pro. Kasubi's actually going to be through. Speedway takes lane by storm. Great jump. Jester's going to counter it though. And it's still going to be down to Jester. We talked about sort of the isolation and the issues we've seen from like FOMO. Nice little wall bang or no scope, pardon me, from Diage. 2 versus 3. It's not over yet.
Yeah, it ain't over yet, but again, like, I mean, you have the op and the AK here in the hands, and I just don't see it. I think Lurky's going to just try to go for the save here. They might use this flash for Jester to go for a big swing. A little bit of a hero play.
They kind of have to. Like, where the game is, If this is going to happen, it's going to happen now. There's one. Not able to grab the second. And you're right with Util. They had that flash. They made it work for what they could. They got an entrance and so got a foot through the door, but the door was slammed closed on their toes, broken toes, and a broken lead for Lurky's FOMO. Some chest being smacked. Some fist bumps, harder than they were previous. turtus.pro, they have found their voice. They found their confidence.
Yeah, that like it's amazing how the momentum has just really shifted here for Turtus. I mean, they being down, what was that, like 9-3, and now just sitting themselves in a lead position. One round being won from Lurky's. Like, they have not been able to find anything on their CT side. And I mean, this is kind of it, right? I mean, the money is spent. If they can't find this, I think Turtus has got this map because, again, like, unless they pull some crazy pistol strat like they've done before, but I mean, that is truly really pulling on the string that you don't want to be pulling on.
Okay, gonna force out. They're making a push for Banana. They're thinking about it. They're not dead set certain on it yet. Low util for FOMO. Root has been such a problematic player over at mid. They know that he's been making these peaks. They're trying to keep it at base slightly. Bit more passive, reserved gameplay here from Lurky's FOMO. Adapt and overcome. That's what they're thinking right now. Rue. Already up to just pre-arches, though.
This is one of the slowest rounds we've seen, right? I mean, I feel like we haven't seen such a slow executed round from either of these teams.
This was needed, I think, from Lurky's FOMO. They needed to change something in their playstyle. It was getting a bit predictable. They're playing that sort of crazy, rough around the edges gameplay. Lock and Alien, been taken out so many times. This time gets the first blood. Gets the first blood of the round. More frags to follow suit. They are melting. They are crumbling. Tumbling like dominoes. Say that, though. Rue strikes back.
Yeah, there's no time.
Right.
He has no time at all. Yeah, and there it is. I was going to say the bomb's on the back of sight. He had to essentially win that fight so quickly, and then he would have had to hightail himself into that site, but a little too late. But a huge lockdown from Lurky's FOMO. And like you said, for them to just kind of like really turtle up, it's a bit of a risk because, I mean, Turtus could easily use a lot of utility to flush them out, but instead they just tried to go for the crunch, a bit dry, like no Vaseline, and they get punished for it.
You know what? That's why you gotta do it sometimes. You gotta try something different, but in this case, Lurky's FOMO, different approach. Playing it passive, not as aggressive as prior. The Hail Mary. This is the full MB. They are not looking to stop taking so much damage because of that, though. I think this could be a mistake. This is really reckless. Extremely reckless. Look, 2 plays down to like 23 and 22, lads. Already. It's a 120. What?
Well, that's a TK if I've ever seen one, but all right. A little awkward.
High damage, maybe like a teenager, a shot in the back of the head as they were going. If I noticed the molly, I think one of the mollies that was supposed to go to sandbags, it was a bad bounce.
Could have been, yeah.
Either way, eesh.
Yeah. A yikes for me, but I mean, they still actually have to go all the way back to. I mean, they got lots of time, but that bomb is on the back of Banana, on the top of stairs, so they have to make a decision here. I mean, they have some bracket control, but you still have 5 CTs. You have a 3-2 split that's happening right now. But it looks like that bomb is going to make its way towards Banana. So they might leave like just for a distraction, and then they're just going to execute this B site.
Learn from their mistakes though, like his FOMO. They've over-rotated so often. They're not good doing it this time. Diaz posted, ready, in that happy, infamous Deagle position. Listen, I've got the cannon. Oh no, gets taken out though. Rue with a crazy entry frag. That's disgusting. I can't believe what I'm watching. So much damage, but no frags. No frags at all. What is happening?
I don't even understand. Like, I mean, even like for Diaz and, you know, like just playing so aggressive with the op. And then even just having PZ like self-flashing swinging like that. I just don't understand like what the point of that was.
It's so risky, and I mean, that shows in the proof in the product of the round. They're going to have to subside. They're going to have to retract from what was theirs. They had such good info. They got the early frag. It was the 5 versus 4, but still they pushed for more. They got greedy. And the greed just being punished. being gluttonous isn't always the way when you're one player up in CS. I'm shocked, man. I can't believe what I'm watching, and that's gonna be one that could potentially haunt Lurky's FOMO. Like Dream Eater in your dreams in Pokemon. From one of the Gengar, from Halter, whoever it may be, it's a sight to see. Must win round here for FOMO, or it's going to be empty hands for them going to map number 2, and that would just be tragic.
Especially with this being their map pick too.
Yeah.
Like, let's not
Straight
forget
up.
this was Lurky FOMO's map pick. They wanted this one. So for Turtus to be able to really turn things around in the second half like this, it just shows like how much of a threat they really are. And them being like such a dark horse team, just considering how poor their day one really was.
Yeah. Speak the facts. Like, they were lucky. They really were. I say lucky. It was a few round differential for them getting through, right? So to still be scraping that together, stumbling in, and then you're banging your chest as you are leading in rounds. You are playing this the best of your ability. Gesture with a gesture. A gesture of, get off my turf, get off my lawn, get out of here, kid. Get wrecked, kid. Down to the 5-on-2. This is looking like it's going to go to OT unless we see something mighty special. Bomb down Banana. Kasubi. Looking to do something with this shutdown. Banana's closed. Stop sign put up. Construction. And there you go. 5 players alive. Leaving a message to go into OT for map number 1 of this grand final best of 3 here.
Same map too, right? I mean, there was the previous Inferno, which was the second series of the day, where that went to an OT situation. But, whoo-wee, okay. Well, things are really starting to cook. A couple jalapenos in here, and things are really starting to add a lot more flavor to this one. And I just can't believe it. Like, I just, again, surviving, like Lurky's FOMO, just surviving 3 rounds on this CT side. So no time for them to really, convene or like kind of fix things up. So they're going to just have to hope that they have a little bit of the mind games against Turtus, because Turtus has just been so lethal on this T side. They just kind of dropped the bag a little bit here in that last round and kind of gave up a winning moment. But now it's up for anybody.
Hey, man. North American CS, anything can happen. It's that classic, we took a high risk and it did not pay off, but we can get ourselves back into this game. No mental booms. Still looking confident. A lot of damage. Oh, the plume. I love this. Saying that, though, Paul's going to still get the pick. Still get the pick over at quad. Double damage, though. 2 players. So low for turtus.pro.
Yeah, a lot of good damage inflicted, like you said. I mean, 2 players with a combination of 28 HP, so this is not good. A little bit of a drop Nova. I thought actually that might have been a bit of a nuisance for him, but actually pans out nicely. Op's going to make a connection here on the T side. They can pull back on this. They don't have to commit to this. And now PZ, he's by himself. He hasn't been able to fulfill his destiny on this. He's kind of sitting in a weird position. He's trying to utilize these smokes, but they're going to dissipate. He has to be able to get out of this. He has to play a better position than this. He's a dead man, and he just gave up the sight.
Oh, tagged on the cross, too. I think it was a collab. I think it was it was M4, pardon me. Spray down 3 players. So low. 20 HP between 3 of them now, lads. There's one.
So much work for Jester, too. He's got 3 more people. But look, again, low HP for a couple of them. But look, he gets stabbed in the back. And Turtus is honestly, they're just outclassing him right now. They really are. Like, they've just manipulated this map. It is all theirs right now. And Lurky's FOMO, it just seems like they're trying to put the Band-Aid on a really big wound.
And it's just gushing out blood. It genuinely is.
I thought they still had a timeout. I thought that would have been good for them. Just again, like how tight this is. I could be wrong. They might have already used them all, but I still thought they had one more at least. But
I think there's one more. I think there is one more, but I'm not sure if that's like game wide, or if it's going to be your best of 3 wide. Something I'd actually look up in the rules. But either way, I do think they have one, and this seems like dire straits. This could be the beginning of a downward spiral if they're not careful on your map pick. FOMO taking a page off of the adaptation to their playstyle in the latter portion of that first half, or second half, pardon me. Play a bit more defensive, play a bit more passive on their CT, not bite off more than they can chew. Choking hazard, and we've seen a couple of crucial chokes. Very, very important times in regulation. Could have seen this not even go to OT. Pin drop.
Oh no! Oh no! I mean, he needs to get his gun out. Just gonna try to use that smoke to block off apartments just to buy some more time, but now that's kind of tucked into Big Pit. Gonna get removed. Jay not able to find anything, so now he needs to lock in this alien, but no! Gets put back into outer space, and now turtus.pro is gonna be able to get this site. They're gonna be able to lock things down. The plant's gonna come through. Lurky's FOMO in a position where they have to pretty much go for this. They need to try something now. But again, no kits. No diffuse kits. I'm gonna lose my mind. You talked about slapping wrists. I think I'm gonna join you.
Like the peaking banana syndrome we saw in Inferno. It's something about Inferno making players lose a bit of their mind. Good wall bank on it from Borb. Borb has been so consistent with this up. I think almost as consistent as we saw from Ramen a little earlier on. Banging out shots, no scopes, quick scopes, hard scopes. Just sees them at the end of his scope and he assassinates. Like he's FOMO back against the wall now. Really, really back against the wall. Crazy. Crazy we're here. turtus.pro underdog story continues.
And like again, we haven't really seen anything that different from Lurky, right? I mean, they've essentially just been kind of. I feel like they've been playing the exact same way. The odd time, maybe like a double stack in apartments or lane, but like that's kind of the extent of it. Like I really don't think they've tried anything that different. I think like 4 rounds ago they tried a banana, a little bit of a crunch, but that's kind of been all their adventure. Like for a team that picked this map, I was kind of expecting a little bit more flavor on this. And now everything's against them, right? Their backs are on the boards. Turtus is up by 2. And if they can find this round, I mean, then they only need 1 more to get the job done.
Ready for the wall bang if anyone does come through. It's a nothing wall bang from years back where I think you can get through that window still, if I'm not mistaken, if you do get the comms that someone's there. Also, another CT ready for the anti-flash in case someone pushes mid. A lot of mid control. We have seen turtus.pro. So this is a good change. A good change of pace. A good change of kind of what to predict. But bad news bears, my friends. It's actually a BX key. This is a fake. This is a giant fake.
And why not? I mean, the B site has been so easy for turtus.pro to be able to, you know, find themselves in the execute and get into this. Easy. Like, again, he's playing by himself. He's able to find this one.
Kill.
He's trying to find a little bit more. He's doing some damage. I think he even did some TK with Chester. Oh, man. Okay, he's having a bit of a field day now, so he's able to put in some good reinforcements. The CTs have made the right call. The right rotates are here. The bodies have the advantage, and Turtus cannot get out of this. They only have 20 seconds to work with.
They got to move.
They got to do something now. I mean, they got to get this ball. They got to find some kills. These CTs, they just got to keep the composure. All nice. Just down to Hilo to lock things in. Thank goodness.
Okay. Scrappy, but they're still in it. Still in it. Give themselves a little bit of room to kind of just, you know, get through that snug gap and squeeze back into this game. Serious try-hard faces in OT. They want to take map number 1. They want to take their map pick. That is not how they want to start this grand final. Not at all. Love it. So much focus from both teams. Less smiles. More frowns. More poised eyesight. taking some early damage with the op. Another op in the hands of Diaz. Not to forget, I talked some good flicks from Ramen, some good flicks coming in from Boar, but Diaz too. Been very good with the up. I'm not sure about this up purchase for the T side though, but still playing the rounds for something to be drawn out. Diaz playing that really old school kind of CS. They have seen some new school players start to pick it up as well. So just playing up close and personal with the up, treating a bit like a shotgun, trying to maybe grab an entry if they can. Ball trying to hold off an overexertion we did see from Lurky's FOMO on CT side. Not up close and personal as that though. A bit further back, a bit more discipline from Diaz. 40 seconds. What's happening? What's the move?
Yeah, they're going to make a decision now, but that bomb is going to make its way in towards bracket. So it looks like the name of the game is going to be that A hit. So this is, again, a situation where Lurky's is kind of running into a bit of a stack. You got one player that's just in big pit. You got the other one that's kind of on the edge of balcony. But now 20 seconds, they got to go. They have to be ready that there could be problems. But
there they are.
They're checking every corner, man. They've just cleared that site.
Oh, that was practice. That was a strat from their main days. Wiping the floor, man. Couple of players are low, but yeah, you should save that. Root, not even considering, or sorry, reconsidering their 10% consideration. I'm going to go for this round. I'm going to go for a save, actually. I changed my mind. Saves the op. Good move.
Yeah, definitely the right play, considering this is going to be a 14-14 game. And again, 16 is the point to win. But if obviously it goes to 15-15, we push to another OT, which people know. But I'm just going to say it as a disclaimer. But
I like that disclaimer. Fair warning.
Yeah, you got to help, you know? Maybe there's some person that does have no idea what CS is about, you know?
Let them know. Teach them, bro. That's what we're here for, too.
Probably wondering where the abilities are.
Why are you talking about that? Easy, Tiger. No vandals here. This is just AKs.
Where are the knives? Someone heal me.
Where's the jet knives? Where's the recyclable smokes? No, that's not how it works. This is an extra hard mode, FPS. You use it, you've actually lost it. You got to maybe go begging for a teammate. Can I have your smoke? Can I have your flash? Full util for the CTs. A little bit less for the Ts. That's what they could do now. Ooh, early damage. Alien, so low. So low. Down to 14. Pretty rough. Really been methodical with clearing their sandbags, taking no risks at all. There could be someone there. Alien's got to be so careful. I like that nade. Exchange is kind of equally what was delivered to him earlier on. Rue down to 50. Takes out Alien. Through the smoke. Bedazzles the opponent. Trying to tease with the rifle. Doesn't matter. The barrel and the head getting removed by Baldwin Jester. Trying to tease them with the barrel peak. Root has an idea someone's in front of him by the tracking.
Yeah, and even Turtus is going for another rotate as well, so Borp's actually going to get this rotate in. So this timing might not be really good here for Lurkies.
Oh, they know? They had a feeling?
Yeah, they had a really good feeling on that. That's a great read. Bit of a smoke criminal, but now again, you got Hilo in the back here.
Oh, they saw them coughing.
Plant should be able to get done too.
Don't have any util very much, in fact, to hold this off here. Well-placed frag would be a good flush off that angle too. Kypher and Coffin, little do they know now. Getting flooded off will be Diaz. The nade comes in for Kasubi. Down to one player, out to pick up one frag. Trying to go for a crazy spray down, not able to. On the doorstep of potentially closing things out. Or are we going to see Lurky's FOMO draggers into another OT, the third, I do believe.
Yeah, drag us into the second OT, maybe. Who knows? But I mean, Lurky's...
Sorry, pardon me, second OT. The halves. It burgeons into one into CS when you get into OT.
Hey, that's okay, man. It's been a long day for us. Don't worry. Hey, that's what we're here for.
Thank you, bro.
We're all friends here. But again, a big ask right now for Lurkies, because I feel like this Inferno game, ever since they finished that first half, it's just been surviving mode for them, right? So this is where they have to, again, can they patch these wounds? Can they do something a little bit differently to keep themselves in this to push another overtime? Or can Turtus finally get things done? But
9-3 half, man. 9-3 half for Lucky's final. That's what they finished T-side with. Went across to CT. Played with their food little bit too much, perhaps. And for turtus.pro, just kept grinding. Kept grinding away. Oh, Nova. That's a massive pick. That's an early. That's kind of an uncharacteristic pick from Lurky's FOMO. We haven't seen them get too many of those first bloods. This one, really nice. 4 seconds. turtus.pro try to do what they can to counter this aggression.
Oh
The spray and pray. Oh, that's a perfect pot flash, lads. That really is.
it was so well placed from Hilo. And now Jester just got to clean the site, and Hilo goes for a big swing. That's the wrong move. That's opened up the site. This could be now a double overtime that's going to be in the bag unless we see another retake getting done here. But again, let's not take it away from Turtus. They were able to do it before in the previous round. But they have to worry about Nova.
They got a plethora of util. Clearing all the angles, but not going to retreat. Thought about it. Was going to be from Leo, but not actually doing it after all. The pre-fire, and they go into another OT. They're still holding on. The life raft sent out. The Coast Guard come in, swoop them up, and say, yeah, we're not done. We've still got a breath of fresh air.
Of course, they got to play Inferno as the first map, too, right? Like, this is what I was saying. Like, this map is just always delivered just nail-biting games. Double OT we go, though. I mean, look, that's what I was saying about Lurky's FOMO. These guys do not give up. And, I mean, this is going to beg the question for me, which I've kind of been saying this since, you know, the second, third series, is the fact of, like, look, you know, as the day's gone on and you've had intense matches all day, that exhaustion and that gas tank is going to go down. This is where both these teams are pushing things to the absolute boundaries. And now Lurky's FOMO, look at how fast they're just trying to get aggressive on this banana control, and they almost find something, but they pull away at the last second.
I like the idea, but the counter util, too strong. Too strong for turtus.pro. Really good aggression. Lock-in had such a good walk-up to get that player to peek out from CT, but the counter util, the counter flashes, the counter mollies on top of the fireman smokes coming down from Lurky's FOMO. Just a raining storm of util from both teams. Banana was so busy. The peek out from Leah. Actually going to get a frag with a wall bang. Yeah, you back off after that. Oh no! Oh no! The that spray down. That's catastrophic.
That's a big misplay with positioning,
right?
Oh
no!
And now they might be able to even get this timing where they're going to get into the site unless they take too long. And even Rue's able to find himself a quick little bit of a shot. This apartment player has to get out of here. Jade has been able to find himself a triple kill in this round, taking so much damage, the big brunt of it. But now the plant's going to come in.
Got no util, lads. That's really rough for an A retake. No flashes to go over, no mollies to rain down the napalm, no smokes to cover an angle. This is ugly raw dog peeking.
They're going to double up on lane too. So again, like no utility like you mentioned. They have the M4s. They're just going to go for these gunfights. The HP's low, 12 HP for Diaz, and you got 41 for PZ. So I mean, there's 2 kills that you can have pretty quickly here. Walking Alien with the most HP does kind of just do a little bit of a Houdini out of the smoke. And now this round should surely be for Lurkies. They're able to get things started off with the opening round of the overtime, of the second one, I should say.
We're trying to get an exit. Determined to get lock-in from Cubby. From Moto. Zooming in. Teammates are close though. And okay. All right. 16-15. Lurky's FOMO. First time in this OT. They've not been playing catch-up. I believe the first time in all the OTs gross. They're actually starting to head in that positive direction once more. Goodness. Keep us on the edge of our seat. Lots of players with big frags too.
And they need to get as many T rounds as possible, right? Because we obviously know the CT side is just the Achilles heel. It's not a strong side for them. So as many as they can get here to transition into that second half of overtime number 2 is the name of the game. That is what has to happen here. So if they can find themselves in that prime position, that's going to be important.
Oh, Helio.
Individual play, but at least it pans out nicely though for Turtus. They're able to respawn back.
They do walk out the advantage. I don't think so. Helio, I like the plate. Trying to use those like new CS2 mechanics to their advantage. Pop away that smoke. Had a little peek and see what's up for grabs. Gets wiped out, but the double trade out makes it all the while worth it. 1 minute to win it. Low conversion rate for Lurky's FOMO in the low number situations here on Inferno. It was more so on T side than it would have been the CT side. They know they're going to be going B though. Look at all these players. Every single player just waiting and ready. Bar the one that's on the big flank, which I do believe could be up. Mollies, nades, pop flashes for days. So many. We'll get rid of the up. Okay. Smart play from Diaz. Weapons here. They're like a shark hunting their prey. Not overexerting, not doing too much. Yeah, it's pretty low. Worth the go. Not able to get it done. And yeah, last round of the T side here. Lurky's they've got to get another round. They've got, as you said, they've got to stack up as many as possible. It's just to take the edge off of that CT side. Give them a little bit of a mental edge, per se.
Yeah, they're really going to mix it up now. I mean, this is the whole thing. Like, for their T side, if they can get it, then at least they only have to win 2 on the CT side. But, oh, it's asking a lot here. It really is just that teeter-totter. And, I mean, when they're on that T side, it's pretty heavy. But when they go on that CT side, they're way up in the air, right? Like, they just got no weight on this thing at all. Floating. But they're just floating in the damn sky. But we'll see. A bit of a nice split though. Again, like Jester again just playing that position of him just lurking. Oh, he actually does win an opening duel. That's a nice shot. Now they should be able to go for this because again, Hilo is the only player. They should know that Hilo is the anchor afterwards. But they're actually going to pull back. They're not going to go for it.
Oh, they've changed it up.
Oh my god!
How can you read that? That's not a playstyle they've done all game. Diaz with that javelin style. Just poke and prod with the up playstyle. Elio trying to do something spicy on the flank, but lock in. Knows what they're doing. Oh, B's been come to. It's free. I got the lurker. I got the anchor. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
What a round to win, too. And honestly, like, you know, I was kind of wondering about, like, I was thinking, like, yeah, you could just go for that B hit. Helio was the only player left. But, I mean, I do like they tried to reconvene back into mid. But that's where you could see where Turtus, they were actually trying to get that map control once again. And then actually they get caught right in the crosshairs. But now, Lurky's FOMO's got to be a little bit careful here. Look, it was a 5-on-1. It's turned into a 3-on-1. Okay, but luckily things are going to get locked down. They're going to be able to end that T half with 1 round as an advantage. But now can they get things done on the CT side? Can these guys find something and dig so deep to getting things closed off on the side that has just been such a problem for them?
Oh, man. Inferno always has been the game that never ends. Pro games, LAN games at this level from some mid-tier and up. I remember Face It Pugs back in the day too. I had more OT games than Inferno I think I've ever had. I think it was like 21... I think it's in the old format, but there was 21 rounds as the winning amount of rounds. It just gets bonkers. It gets absolutely bonkers on Inferno. Such a, as you said, a teeter-totter. The scales in the kitchen just exactly balanced. Then they go back and forth, back and forth. And continue ahead. Diaj, Borb, the ops. Aggressive as you like, grabbing 1 each. So much damage on turtus.pro though. That's not something we've seen too much, especially in the early portions of these round like his FOMO. If they can maintain the pace of what they have right now without over exceeding some of their power and their player number advantage, this could be their round.
Yeah, and I think for Lurkies too, like I like these double players in the A side, they're actually going to turtle up just a little bit more. They're playing pretty aggressive on lane. So they have a bit of a switch up. One player is going to be on Kenny S. The other one's just kind of, again, spotting off onto Moto. So this is a good positioning. And Turtus.pro still just under a minute remaining. Kind of toying the idea they want to go for that A control, that bracket control. A really good smoke placed here from Lurkies. So that's going to buy them some time. And that leaves that one player in apartments. He's essentially useless, or otherwise he has to swing this.
Just one smoke over on B. Is that going to force a rotate?
It shouldn't, just because they're doing essentially a 2-2 split here. So, I mean, they should be able to lock things down. If they had only one anchoring B, there could have been that rotate, because that's what they've been doing. But, oh, God.
That's the up
that's a big pick. But 18 seconds, Kappa. This is where Nova needs to do something big. He has to be able to find these kills. He's locking into the site by himself, but it might not be enough. He needed to find one more. He needed to find some cover. Bomb's going to go down in time.
That's tragic. Little util for this retake, if any. All of it's gone.
Oh my God!
When you got frags like that, lock in Alien. He's locked in. He's locked in for the win. He knows there's one big pit. It's a 2-on-1. It's over and out for this one. For this round at least. That is a very confident. The banter's back. The smiles are back. The big voices are back. The boys are back. Lurky's FOMO. 18-16.
Oh my God. Right down to the wire once again. And Lurky's, maybe, just maybe, they can get things done. But again, lock in Alien. What a way to get himself a statement. Yeah, that name is true, right? I mean, he was really, really strong earlier on today when we saw him. He's been a little bit quiet. I know he's top fragging, or one of the top fraggers, but God, he needed something big there.
Damn. What a spray transfer of that A4. The reset to spray transfer, man. You gotta give a kudos, a massive compliment for that. Lock-ins, I think, moment of the tournament so far. Could not have come at more important time. Jester, wallbang headshot, takes out ball. Primary Opper, down, eliminated. Op still in circulation though. Helio to pick it up. Pick up the pieces perhaps. Follow the counter nade.
Bit more of a fast pace here right for now from Turtus, but look at all the damage.
Bang.
Oh, Lurky's FOMO. Not looking like it's FOMO right now. They're starting to get themselves some big kills and now putting themselves a 5-on-2 advantage. All they got to do is hold on. Got a minute remaining. Helio gets caught a little bit on the shoulder. Loses that fight. This Alien has landed, and now it's just down to Rue to do something big. He has a 1-on-5 for staying alive in this map, but it's just not meant to be. And the FOMO clan are going to be able to get themselves the first map win in the grand finals.
Beam me up, Scotty. We're out of here. Out of Inferno. Don't ever want to see it again for at least a week or two, if you're going to be for either of these teams. But this is a best of 3. It ain't over till it's over. Map number 1, their map pick, scraping through for the bottom of the barrel, digging very, very deep, will be FOMO. Lurky's FOMO, 1916. What a game. Let's be real. FOMO almost fumbled the bag in regulation. There was a couple of rounds where they were just kind of playing with fire a little bit too much, trying kind of some very high-risk, high-reward gameplays. They were failing. They played more passive, reeled it in within that OT. They were 1 round away from losing, and I believe the first OT as well. So, very touch and go. Doesn't matter how you get across the line. That is the first of this best of 3 in FOMO's pocket. Ancient is up next. I know you're a big fan of Ancient, Laz. It's a very complex map.
Yeah, it really is, and to me, it's one of my favorite maps just because it's a nice flavor. It's a little bit different, and things like that. I know it's been around for a little while now, but it'll be curious because CT side can be really good on this map at the same time. But I mean, we talked about Jester, and he was like, "Our CT side suck." So, and we know they're not very good right now. So now it makes me a little bit wondering for a map like Ancient, can they have something a little bit different? It's not typically the same, kind of CT-sided map like other ones, but at the same time, it's pretty much neck and neck of a well-balanced map. So that's going to be a big thing to look out for these guys, especially just because that was an intense first map. The fact that we had to go to double overtime, and there was even a conversation where it was going to go to a triple overtime.
Madness. Absolute madness happening here for Operation Winter at the Game Arena. Day 2. This is the money day. So you're seeing these games go the full distance because $1,500 is up for grabs. The team that takes first place, $1,000. Team that takes second place, $500. No one will be a loser in terms of prize pool walking away here today. The question is how much. And Ancient, it could be the decider if we aren't going to see Lurky's FOMO, pardon me, if we're not going to see some opponent take out Lurky's FOMO. It's been one heck of 2 days here for the Gameroos Operation Winter, and we'll see you in just a short hiatus. We're back with some more CS.
Well, there's not a lot of FOMO here because so far they've been able to have all the fun because they got themselves the first map after a long and grueling Inferno, but now the question is, can they get it done in 2, or do they have to go all the way to 3 maps? But there's been a bit of a break here, Kappa, and turtus.pro now, they get the pick of Ancient, so we'll have to see, how well FOMO is going to be able to play on the CT side. As you can see, they're going to be starting on the CT side, and, Jester told us in the interview, our CT side suck, quote unquote, so let's see if maybe they got some magic a little bit left here for them to get things done.
Oh yeah, I don't think their tanks are empty just yet. A little bit of time to recharge. And they can go back on the charge at their opponent. 1 game in the bag for Lurky's FOMO. Best of 3. The potential on the menu. Looking to get it done in 2. Ancient, highly anticipated map when you go to it of, okay, what executes are we going to be using here? You've got to be having good util use. Otherwise, it's just going to be a lights out aimed all battle. You're going to make things very, very difficult for yourself. Trying to usher their way through. The beast here. Sneaking up ramp. No one's home. Sorry to appear anyway.
Yeah, and this is again where, for FOMO, I mean, these guys have kind of having a really bit of a toss-up in their pistol rounds, and we're kind of seeing why, right? I mean, it seems like Diaz right now is the only one that's really found duels in their favor. So 3 and 3, but again, no kits. They got full armor, but now they have to get moving. These dualies maybe finding a little bit, but look at all the damage inflicted against them. Oh, it doesn't even matter. They don't care at all. They can have 100 or 1 HP at this point, but now somebody has to get on the bomb. And that Glock has just been able to find the connection. And yeah, this should be a turtus.pro round because, again, there's no kit unless he completely sticks this. Hilo realizing, okay, maybe I got to swing out one more time. And there it is. A pistol round is up for grabs on their end.
Energy's still there. turtus.pro not done yet either. Convincing efforts to get themselves into OT on a map that wasn't their map pick. Now, it is their map pick. Started to see what they're made of. This is really going to be the test of their time here for this tournament this weekend. What else they got in their repertoire?
I'm so shocked they haven't bought 1 kit at all. Like, you have 5 players, just get 1 kit. 1 kit with a piece of utility. It could pan out wonders. That round could have been so different, right? And oh boy,
they did have a kit. I think in the OTs, they had a kit.
Well, I would hope so. In overtime, you got money.
All I could visibly think of was the one round in OT when it's sort of like that save. So hey, maybe it's something to bring up if we do get a chance to interview Lurky's FOMO for the time being, though.
Yeah,
what's this buy? What's happening? I see some MP9s.
Yeah, they went a little bit deep because they wanted to get some deagles out and pistols, so that's going to cost them a little bit. But they're keeping that money afloat around over $2,000. So, but we'll see. I mean, Jester was able to find himself a nice little bit of a 2-piece here with the Deeg, but I mean, still a bit of a bonus. Double Galeals with the AK here on Turtus, but Lurky's FOMO, they're going to have to get something built up here. MP9s could be a nice money grabber. Taking it across, the flash going to get them through. So now mid control is the name of the game here for turtus.pro, and you can already see they actually might even go into red room, and they're just going to get this full control. Jester might actually lean a little bit towards this now, but he's had 4 guys to have to go against here. This is not going to be good. As soon as he peeks, he gets that shadow. Oh my god, he's able to get some good damage against actually 2 extra players. He's not getting the kills, but at least he's able to wound some people here. Oh, Torb not able to find that shot either?
Jump in. Jump in for the win. The MP9 spray down. Oh, beautiful 1D coming in from Lockin. Locking in earlier this game, perhaps. Flash comes through. Root trying to gain some ground. Both players, actually. Kasubi keep them at bay with that sort of rifle range they have. Good MP9 spray down. Nova coming in. They do have a kit this round. Down to the 2-on-1. Oh, gonna have to retrieve that kit for the defuse, though.
Yeah, he's got lots of time. Much better. Yeah, and see, now they got a kit. They're going to get an easy defuse. And yeah, actually, the MP9 purchase, it actually, you know, again, pans out really nicely because what they did is they wanted to have that extra money for the utility. So it really did save them. That's a big round because they got a bunch of kills with the MP9s. Win the round, so they get the round bonus as well. But, I mean, the nice thing here for Turtus is the fact that they have had 2 rounds in a row. They also got the bomb down again, so they are going to be able to throw right back into a, you know, triple AK setup on this. So they ain't out of the neck of the woods yet, but it's not as comfortable as before.
So much initial damage. So much initial damage. Look at that.
Yeah, really good utility work. And again, just some basic utility to utilize, like just, you know, going on the B ramp like that. Just making sure from the CT side you can just really slow down Turtus, or they have to use utility to get rid of the smoke. Nice spam from Rue, though. Not
massive
bad at
early
all.
pickup as well. Haven't even seen any opponents, but got an inkling. I think someone's been playing here. I think they're going to be punished for it as well. Quite a few cheeky wallbangs on this map, actually. Even. Frag taken out. Lock in. Gets numbers back to the 4-on-4. 2 players lit. A whole bunch more, though. Pick up coming in from Nova and Peasy. 4-on-2. Potentially some upgrades here for the CTs for Lurky's. FOMO. The trade outs come in. 3 players alive and kicking. Upgrades. Diffuse. Numbers. That's an up in play too. Continues as well. So looking good so far.
Yeah, really, really good work from Nova, especially too, like getting, you know, the big double kill, and then even the, you know, with the spam damage as well. Like it just, yeah, I was really able to get that cave control. A little bit unorthodox for turtus.pro. The fact that they were, again, you know, playing a little bit, you know, loose in the sense they had somebody lurking in mid really late, and it just really wasn't a good timing. But now they're going to try to see if they can get this timing in mid. They're just going to barrel out of a clown car, and look at that. Jester gets the manipulation of the smoke. He's able to have the high ground. Perfectly done. And now this ball may be able to get itself down. They might be able to find the plant, at least to get some money a-flowing, but the CTs are playing this really, really well. Lock in. Gets an easy kill on a silver platter. Now it should just be done and dusted here. And this thing's cleaning up nicely. And FOMO, they're actually going to get themselves in a lead position through all of the havoc. Not bad at all. Subi trying what he can. Not gonna be in the dice.
No, not happening. Tech9 grabbed as well. The perfect accompaniment. The perfect duo for an up. I've got a Tech9 and up. Wombo combo. Rifles for everyone. Bar the up in the hands of Diage. AKs across the board for Turtus. I'd love to see a bit more util use from Turtus. We have seen some, but it's very important for Ancient. You've got to have those setups, and if this is their map pick, as probably being their map pick, we need to see a little bit more util to kind of gain some space, pressure off these angles, and hey, a good flash out like that. Good teamwork makes the dream work. Takes out Jester in the early round.
Yeah, and Jester's actually doing really well. Him and Lock-in, of, you know, the 2 players with 7 frags already, so.
Oh, Leo being pressured. No way they pick up 2 from here as well. They are. That's nuts, man. That's crazy. They should not have got away with that. Great trade outs though with the sprays coming through. So much damage inflicted. Barely 25 HP between the last two players surviving in the server. Some econ to rest on for Lurky's FOMO though. On the other side for turtus.pro, yeah, they won the round. Struggling to invest in low econ. Left for them after this for both teams, in fact. Some scraps on both sides. Going to be another one of those scrappy games. Potential another OT. Even with the way these two teams are playing, doesn't really matter about a T side, CT side at this point. Just seeing how the gameplay ensued for Inferno. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, really good utility work. This has been a nice improvement. Again, nothing too crazy, but at least like getting that.
Just smoke again.
Yeah, getting that mid smoke and just again allowing Jester to be able to find himself a double kill. Look at Root already down to 6 HP with that utility alone. So that's what I'm kind of talking about. I mean, this is Lurky's FOMO is looking a lot better in terms of their CT side. Just in the sense of, you know, just utility damage on its own and just getting themselves map control when they need to. Love to see it, considering this was, you know, the biggest question for me. This was the $1 million question at the CT side. Was going to be a big demise or could it be triumphant? And so far, it's looking like they can hang a little bit.
Kind of a bit different from what their regular playstyle is. It leaves you a lot more aggressive. They'll be getting aggressive for those first picks. Then they start to reel it in. Then they dial it in. Don't give them too much. See, turtus.pro kind of scrambling. What can we do in these last 30 seconds? How can we make this a little bit more competitive? How can we get to sight? The spray's coming through. More damage inflicted. Helio lit up, down, low, 51, 57 HP between Room and Helio. Kasubi, the only player with high HP, and yeah, looking to be a group save. I don't disagree with this. I think this is a play, but that's a pat on the back for Lurky's FOMO. You're doing something right. They're saving early. They're saying, you know what? It's not even worth pursuing this round. They seem to have everything locked down, and yes, they will. 4-3.
Yeah, these are looking a lot more, you know, again, winning a lot of fights in more cleanly or in a clean way and getting these multi kills. Like again, Jester's also put himself at 9-4, and he's been able to find himself a couple double kills here and there, which has really, you know, turned things around. So you can see turtus.pro, I mean, it's still a 1-round differential here, but again, like they're not looking as really convincing in their rounds. It seems like they've been kind of gifted some of these one-on-one scenarios where one player might be able to find some, you know, weird multi-kill out of something, like a little bit of carelessness here from FOMO, but we can even see back to a 2-1-2 here from the CT side. Whereas turtus.pro, once again, they're putting a lot of pressure on this B ramp, trying to get cave middle control. But this time, at least it doesn't get taken down with a ton of utility damage. At least this time, they only get scuffed just a little bit here. So they're in a way better position than they have been before.
Ushering through. I think these inside areas like your catacombs, your red room, trying to kind of burrow through rather than go around the outside. Every time they go on the outside, the angle's being closed off. Great util use as well from Lurky's FOMO, preventing that ramp push, preventing that mid push as well. turtus.pro have been sort of contesting these angles, burning a lot of util, but then for the late game, they don't have much to work with. As you'll see right now, a Molotov, a couple of flashes, that's all they got. Late round, 30 seconds. They haven't really gained much ground. There you go. Late pick. Ain't too late. They've got to make the execute now, though. Oh, boy. The wall bang. He's even punished for playing that angle too many times. Gonna have to rethink that one for the next round and rethink perhaps saving this up.
Yeah, this is definitely just looking for exits right now. Unless somehow, you know, we just keep seeing turtus.pro just swinging these fights. But
give them ones.
Yeah, just keep feeding them one by one, apparently. But yeah, so now Diaz going to just be able to retreat back, and this is fine. I mean, for Lurky's FOMO, I mean, they tried something a little bit different. Okay, now Diaz, you really got to go. Let's just not
get out there, bro. One bullet. Okay.
All right.
The Man of War looking for one more. Knew there was two that were trying to peek over by CT spawn. One player. It's a full going to be Bulb. And I believe that's Helio over in CT spawn. Been and gone. Op preserved. M4 preserved. We need a little bit more from Lurky's FOMO there to make this one competitive. turtus.pro starting to battle back and say, no worries, we'll give up mid. You can contest it all you like, but we've got late execution plans.
Yeah, really good smoke on the elbow. Turtus is actually not going to commit to this at all. They're just playing super, super passive. So right now, like, for me, it's the CT side. They're actually getting a lot more opportunity where they can just get that B door control. Like, you can already see that PZ's already pushed all the way on B ramp. So now, they've already isolated one part of the whole map. And you can see that turtus.pro now, they're trying to just rely on this A hit. Now, thankfully for them, they have a bit of an opening because you have Nova and CT spawn, but then you also have Lock-in just kind of waiting for the op here. And he actually misses that shot. So him missing that shot now allows a little bit of wiggle room for these guys to get themselves that bomb down. It's going to happen. The flashes. Nova's just going to be blind as a bat. He can't be able to swing on this at all. But they got a little bit of utility they can still work with.
Double donut.
And they're going to go for it.
There's one. Got to get some more bodies. Get the body bags ready. Get ready to dump them in. The spray comes through. Nice headshot. Over the head glitch. They've got to know someone's tucked. The stick comes in, board with a big flank here. The spray and pray through the smoke is going to work. Wall bang. They've got to stick this again. Someone's got to be the hero. It's down to one player. It's down to the 1-on-1. And Lurky's FOMO salvaging a round from absolute dire straits. And this is a slightly CT-sided map. They've got to pick up more rounds on this first half.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that, again, impressively, they have diffuse kits, which is great. Not just one, but a couple of them, so it did kind of save them. Thank God. But I mean, it was a good effort from Turtus. I mean, they almost had that too. But luckily for Lurkies, I mean, they used that smoke in their favor. Now the mid control is going to be used. Jester just a little bit off on his angle here. He actually was doing just damage to the door. So now turtus.pro is able to get this mid control. This is important because they haven't been able to really do that before.
Somehow it gets 2. Does get punished off that. The trade's coming back and forth from mid. Down to the 2-on-3. Jester making up what they couldn't do earlier in the round. There you go. There you see. Down to the 2-on-2. 1 minute 20. There's still so much time. But little players to cover so much ground. The big flank coming in from Nova.
Yeah, they'll never expect this because he's already so hot on their tail. Like, there's no way they should be expecting him to be that big of a flank that quickly. But look at Hilo. He's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, raps on raps on raps. They have an idea he's over there. Don't have confirmation, but have a thought, have an inkling. The spray and pray that max 10. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Comes in with a knife, though. Swinging, knifing, blade out. Confidence is key. Oh, this is like a piranha in the depths of a really, really scary water. Jester has to do something, has to do it now. Knows it's a player of the smoke, but worry about City. Time. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock. Jester comes in, isn't able to get it. A run in, a knife, a Glock kill. What a mess.
Oh, that's such a misplay too, because again, like, even for the defuse coming, or the knife kill happening against the one player, you still had the CT that was on the bomb defusing. So I don't know why he got off of it. Like, he easily could have just kept committing to it. Like, he thought that he was dead.
Oh.
So that's what, to me, like, that was just such a great mistake to make. Man. Like, easily could have gotten that defuse. So again, this is where we talk about nerves and making these, like, you know, split decisions, but that's a really, really poor decision made, unfortunately, for the CTs, and it backfired.
It's a micro play that turns out to be a round-changing play. It doesn't always happen like that, but that one, yeah, that's going to hurt. That's one they're going to have to try and put behind them immediately. A blunder we haven't really seen too many of from FOMO in there. That latter sort of rendition and version of them as they've sort of transformative gameplay so far in this tournament. Helio trying to mop up some kills, but okay. Drive-by from Lock-in. Going to get a little bit of an upgrade. That's a Mac 10 acquired. Lock-in, just a demon with that P2000. The P2K magician.
Yeah, he really is.
Who P2Ks in today's day and age? Like, that's another question. But question for another day. Jester coming in on the prowl, on the lurk, able to pick up one. Good stuff for the USP. The sponsored weapon, I want to say, of Lurky's FOMO. Going to get taken out, though. Another round. Another a boost, confidence boost for turtus.pro. CT-sided. They don't give a damn. Still putting rounds on the board. Putting more pressure on FOMO when it comes to that T side. Easy, still sitting on 1 kill. Hate to target a man. Really do. Hate to target a player like that. But that is another caveat of why perhaps they are struggling on the CT side. PZ's had a really, really good consistent tournament. But this game just a bit out of sorts.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been the map so far. And, you know, a little bit. And that's the thing, is like things can turn around pretty quickly, but that's also the same thing as Jester's also put himself in some pretty big digits. Like, I mean, he's 14-8, and the next goes is lock in with 11, and maybe lock in may be able to find a little bit more, maybe not, but he's able to do some damage, and he's able to go into Temple. And now Jester, speak of the double, my God, he just went in by himself.
A bit off from what he can achieve. He had an idea. The idea did not execute. The fully util as well. Praise and praise, trades for days. Oh, lovely flick from Lock-in. He's locked in again. 3-on-2. Make it a 2-on-2.
Still
They've
smoke.
got the util. They could do this. They can make this happen.
Yeah, they definitely just have to be able to now go for the defuse. They have to get on the bomb right away, and they just take so long. Like, they have the smoke for it. I'm not sure why, and they threw it so deep as well, but...
It was kind of like a one-way smoke almost within, hey, we can spam it, we know where the bomb is, and it didn't really leave anything to an illusion of, we're smoking it, we're diffusing it. Yeah, unfortunate. Some miscalculated plays in the latter portion of that first half of map number 2 of the grand final. Lurky's FOMO, if they want to close this out in 2 and get that $1,000, this is the time. The dualies acquired yet again. So many dualies in this tournament. I love it. Old school CS.
Oh, it's full of rush too. Wow, they're just sending it. They're not even messing around. They're just we're just trying to get these Glocks to go into work here, but nothing to block off CT. Like, again, like, that's the problem when you have no utility at all. Like, you're just kind of really hoping for the best. And I mean, those USPs at that kind of a range are going to be so prominent. They're going to be so deadly, and that's just unfortunately. I just feel like that's such a, again, like, such a weird call from FOMO. Like, they just tried to go armor up, full send it in, and especially on an ace site like that, that's a tough one for me to digest.
Yeah, it's unorthodox. Definite some indigestion. PZ's moment to shine. Knows where some players are. That shine dulled out, smudged by a firm and authoritative turtus.pro on the CT. 8-5. Looking like we could be heading to map number 3. Lurkies have not been the strongest we've seen them on Ancient. Straight up. Let's say it as it is. Seems like the util, they had some util for CT side, but not enough to keep them at bay. I'm worried. turtus.pro seem already to be sending a message of what they can do on Ancient. Full save here. As you mentioned before, nothing. Not even a piece of util, no armor. Glocks only. Demons with these pistols, Lurky's FOMO so far in this tournament. Enough for close combat warfare, though, against an MP9? I do not know. Not clearing back box. That's going to cost them. Saying that, though, they might be able to. Might be able to do a bit of damage recovery here. Jester grabs one. Jester grabs another.
Yeah, and he's not even going to go for the plant. He was thinking that this player was going to be way closer so he could go for the fight, but a tough decision to be in. I mean, it was the right idea. He threw the pop flash. He was hoping that he was going to be able to swing that player CT, get it just enough time for maybe a plant, but okay. I mean, Lurky's FOMO, 2 rounds in a row, they've given up, and now the guns are going to come through. So let's see what they got in store for us. Do they have any sort of strategies at all for this T side? Instant smoke's going to be thrown from the CT side. It's actually is going to land perfectly onto elbow, so that's going to block things off. And it does actually kind of look like a bit of a 1-1-3 split right now, so they're going to get that B ramp control. Utility, a little bit of damage, but nothing too much against FOMO. But Turtus already got a player in cave, just a single person. And their setup is a bit interesting as well. Like, nobody's in a trade position.
Oh,
Everybody's just
Kasubi,
playing...
he's cooking.
Oh, God, they're just playing this, and he's already down to 18 HP?
Not sure what happened. Literally playing with fire. Cook down. Slow burner. Just took the damage. At what cost, though? Don't really think they gained too much. Little bit of chip damage on a few players, but nothing to write home about. PZ playing nice and close. Trying to change the way their game's been going so far. Great high angle. Good for one. Good for two. Does have a trade in the sense of lock-in. But it does make it the 4 versus 3. This is looking a little bit better for Lurky's FOMO. What's the play now, though? Are they going to commit? They're going to rotate off?
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to throw a bit of a fake right now, so then they're going to try to pull back, go all the way into A. I don't mind this, but this is where you kind of have to get moving, right? You got 30 seconds. You got to make the play, because now it's going to be a little bit obvious for Turtus that they should be able to have somebody rotate.
Too, lads. They're split. I don't like this.
Yeah, but look at KStubi. He's the one player that's holding on. He goes for a free fire. He saw the shadow. He was hoping he was going to be able to find that, maybe that 1 kill at least, but this is going to be a save from Turtus. Like, they don't have any sort of control. They put a lot of reliance on KStubi to lock things down. That's a lot to ask as an anchor with literally less than 20 HP. So, Lurky's FOMO, they're going to be able to find themselves a 6th round. And again, good mid-round calling just to readjust themselves like this. But we're going to need to see a lot more than that to get themselves back into contention here for a lead.
Will do. Consistent turtus.pro have been on this map. From CT to T, they just look a lot more put together. They haven't just worn their the hoodie and their track pants to the event. They've turned up in their tuxes, mentally at least, so it would seem for this game. Lurkies, though, as we've seen, they come back from the ashes commonly. They have multitude of times in this tournament. turtus.pro, no stranger to that, though. As they call the tactical timeout, they came in from that lower bracket, from the pools. They had that sort of head-to-head game that they played too. They know what it's like to be back against the wall. They talk strats. They're able to reconverge and re-attack every time they come back into this ring. Every single round. The Red Bulls being sipped. The strats being discussed. Tense over on Lurky's FOMO, because yeah, they've got to close it out here, otherwise they're going the full extent to a map number 3. No player that has played a whole tournament across the weekend wants to go to map number 3. It's your favorite map or not, who gives a damn? Get me out in 2, get me that top tier money, get me the title. GG.
GG indeed. Okay, well, we'll see what happens through this one too. And turtus.pro again, really relying on, you know, a deagle here for KStubi. 4 rifles to work around. And Lurky's FOMO, actually, they're going to have the perfect read on this. They actually just execute right into this B site.
Oh, the util out in hand, though. That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, a little bit.
Floppy.
Yeah, Rue's getting a lot of control here. He's surprisingly... Yeah, he's done damage. He got the kill, so that's not bad. But now things are getting cleaned up a little bit now. A little bit more nicely, but... That was a little worse for wear. That was definitely a little bit sloppy for them. And yeah, they're going to get themselves around, but that was a really, really difficult way for them to get that control in that site. That could have gone very poorly.
Yeah, it could have. There's so much damage that you saw inflicted from the anchor, which I believe was Rue, if I'm not mistaken. So much damage. I'm talking like 3 players lit up to like 50 or lower. But unlucky not to convert those frags. It does poke a hole in the garments of Lurky's FOMO, though. They've got that armor. Just imagine sort of the knight with that steel armor. Couple of holes in it. Might be able to identify some problems with the strategy. turtus.pro did call that tactical timeout. Had a little bit more time to ponder what to do. A double save here for them. Not trying any of the risky business. Saying that 2 M4s being acquired, I think, that was from the previous round, so just kind of trying to build off of those. No way, they're doing it again.
They're doing it again. Why not? The old faithful. Why not?
I don't know, man.
Let's order it again, man. You don't want to change the meal. You already know what you like. Do it. Oh, that flash, though. Oh, that was perfect before, but it's only 1 kill.
Ooh, lock in.
That's a good kill from Lurky, and he's really stepped things up. And that, again, he was the guy that, is really aggressive. He was a playmaker, and we're finally starting to see him getting back to that form, which you'd love to see. And now Turtus, again, I don't even know if they really want to go for this retake because,
they're all flanking.
Yeah, they're going for the flank, but again, time is the essence here. There's no kit.
It's one.
They got to get these kills now. And this is where Lurky's, they just got to wait things out. They don't even need to overpeak this.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, the double Molotov kill. Oh,
That's
boy.
A quad kill.
This could be the ace then. Helio, no chance, mate. Not in the grand final. See ya. Lock in, just head on a swivel. Give me my ace.
Terrorists win.
Where you at, you loser? Give me my ace. Doesn't matter. Smiles for miles. Good gunplay. Good execution. Every time they do it, it looks better. But question, are they running again? There's no shot. There's no way.
I really hope not. I really hope
Please
not.
no.
I get if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's like at the same time, let's not be ridiculous. No, let's
There's other
not.
sites on the map.
Oh no, and they're gonna get an A site for free. Look at turtus.pro. They actually get that mid control instantly. But now KSUB's gonna be able to get himself into donut, but he's already blocked off. He's a little too late. This bomb should be able to get down, but this is a round where the retake is actually, it could be evident. This could actually happen. Oh my god.
It's just unlucky. Bad timing, really. And you said it yourself, yeah. A free site. The full sense of security of, it's okay. They're going to keep rushing. They're going to keep doing the same play they've done 2 rounds in a row. Incorrect. They had other plays in their strat book. Expect the unexpected. Looking like a save here. Don't blame them. Money's are in absolute shambles for turtus.pro. Not too many frags in the past couple of rounds on these saves. Lurky's looking their way back into the game. Just when it seems to be slipping away from him. We got it. Don't worry, we got it. It's safe.
Right back to a tie game here, Cuppa, and again, Lurky's FOMO. I mean, they've actually been able to find some really good entries, and again, I got to tip my hat here for Lock-In. Like he's really, again, just he was able to get that quad kill 2 rounds ago. Jester's been able to have himself a really good CT side, and you just love to see it. PZ's even been able to find himself a couple quick kills when he needs to. And I mean, I know he's had a bit of a quiet one, but it's been a long day. It's been multiple best of 3s. So
long weekend, man.
It's been a long weekend.
Hard pressing and bench pressing the team as Lock-In, and it is Jester. Jester, I believe, is the IGL, if I'm not mistaken, just in some of the banter and sort of the words. I think they're sort of sharing the role, but seeing a lot of strats being spat from him throughout the past hours of the day. Stepping up, fragging out, and that full and S style of like, hey, I'm not afraid, I can run in. Perhaps even Twist has sort of done that as well. Calling strats, making the plays at the same time. Nothing yells talent like that. Bob did hear something. I really do believe they did hear something here over the connector. Yeah. PZ, getting impact frag. Lock in, trying to lock in, trying to grab a frag. Might have bitten off more they can chew, though. They will have 2 coming in from Leah. Now all they got to do is just hold off and wait for support, really. Look at Jester and the Lurk. Look at Lurk through mid.
Yeah, this is a good position. And actually, I was hoping he was going to be able to find that kill by the good read from Hilo. But now no more utility. There's one flash here from Diaz, and he's, I mean, again, actually does burn it right away. Oh, no, he didn't, actually. That was the CT. So now they go for the big swing, and he's able to get that kill. Okay. Things are opening up, but the sole player in Cave. And Nova's able to find that kill as well. So now KSUB needing to do something massive here with the M4 on a 1-on-2. Lurky's FOMO, all they have to do, they just got to play the crossfire. They just got to make sure they don't overswing, and there it is!
Double figures.
Now we're cooking.
Advantage. Lurky's FOMO. Taking the lead again for the first time this game. They have looked out of their element here. They really have. It's a tough map, Ancient. It's One of those newer maps to competitive pool. Till they bring train in. Come on. Viva the train. Get me some train, please. Please, please. Are you a train lover or a hater? Talk to me.
Love it.
Good man. I thought so.
It's like asking a bear if a bear poops in the woods. Yes.
Love that. Raining damage in exchange from both. Frag for a frag, an eye for an eye. They're going to go for the wall bang. Oh, they are. So much damage inflicted to a ball. Rue was doing that exact same strat in that first half. Common wall bang. Warning shots of, I guess I won't be playing there again. My bad.
Yeah, and they're actually like, again, they're not even like lurking on mid. They're not lurking on A. They've really just put their attention for a 2-2 split here. And I don't actually hate this, but I mean, it's just all about timing. Because if they can get into this quietly, I mean, this is an opportunity where they might be able to slither the way and get, you know, in a really good position because these CTs are not expecting this. That's a lurk smoke right now from the CT side.
Almost there's one there. Okay. Bruce taken out. The MP9 going to be traded out. Doesn't matter. 3-on-2. Weaponry. Advantage is going to be sitting with numbers as well for turtus.pro. Big round for turtus.pro. Really, really big round. Money is awful. Down a round. Up a player. This is it for them.
Oh, that's a great flash.
Oh, Jester.
But now he has to find 2 more. Now he's going to have to put himself in a big position, and he's not able to get the quad. Oh, it's just a little bit of over-peaking. I get it. It's a tough position, especially for the one player. I think that was Nova that was in the back of the silo, or the back of the tower right here, getting the bomb plant. And you're pretty much stuck. Like, you have nothing to work with. You're really just kind of being a bit of a pest and just trying to stay alive as long as possible. But turtus.pro finally get themselves a retake. Back to an even game, but we'll finally get that timeout going to be done here too, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a good call from them. They've been able to, you know, kind of bombard this A site or this B site a lot. The A site's been a little unforgiving for them. They have been able to get some successful takes on it. But I think even for them just to kind of clean things up a little bit right now is the utmost importance, just because they are definitely looking like the better team right now on Ancient so far, in my opinion, so far in the later portion of this. Earlier on, I would have agreed with you where Turtus definitely looks like they were holding their own.
Things have changed, though. They seem to have had some back pocket, the hidden strat book, with some more to talk about. Some hush-hush words being shared between some players and turtus.pro. Maybe a talk of a strat, talk of a boost of a play they need to do. Yeah, it's going to be the aggressive mid play. This is a late comp. Leah holding from Donut. Does hit. Swarm of players coming from behind him. Causing the cavalry. The smokes there, the executes there. Really good smokes as well. They've got side control. Period.
This is a really good take. I love the aggression on it because the utility landed perfectly. Now KSubi's able to get himself through the smoke.
Get that?
He's AK. They have to land some shots, and there it is. PC finally coming alive, but he needs to do a little bit more now. 2 CTs remain. Stuck here. Now looking for something a little bit more. They have 1 PC utility remaining with the kit, but it might just not even matter. Forbes got to run it. He's got to tuck tail. He's got to get the hell out of here and save this AWP.
Oh no,
and he can't even do that.
That's a problem. That is an absolutely catastrophic problem. I don't think they can rebuy an op. No, they can't, lads. They actually can't get an op now.
You know,
they can barely buy.
Yeah, that broke the bank a little bit. In some retrospect, like, I mean, obviously they have enough money for like MP9s and the M4, but
sure,
in terms of like losing the op, that is tough. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Oh, and the timeout from Lurkies after they win that round. They know they've taken your firepower away. They know they've taken your confidence away, and now they're just taking your time. Furthermore, with the tactical timeout, have a breath. Let it sink in to what just happened. We just lost a really important round. What can we do, said turtus.pro?
Yeah, and like you said, it's a bit of a BM, right? Just because, I mean, for Lurkies, like the fact that they, you know, call the timeout immediately right after they win the round, it's good though, because again, you're just going to get, again, the communication just to realize, look, like they shouldn't really have as much firepower as they would if they would have won the round, right? So now they can just kind of go, what do we want to do if they have MP9s? Oh yeah, it's good movement. Quick control onto B ramp. turtus.pro doing a fantastic job just getting some real estate back. So now they can put a bit more attention on this A site.
Using a player like a UAV, just getting all their info, just scouting ahead, trying to say, okay, I know they're not mid. They're going to be pressuring a site heavily. Let's hold our numbers on site. Let's give up mid control. It has been working for turtus in the sense of they're focusing their gunfights for site. They're getting their trades, but trying to get something done. Amazing. MP9 versus AK. MP9 going to be the one to win the duel. PZ. Locking Alien, in fact, picking up that one. Orb down. So low. So low. An AK surely. Just a graze of the shoulder is going to be enough to get it done. Yes, it will. The headshot. Lock in. Locked in once again. Crucial time from this gamer. Pushed up. No, so risky. The jump. The jump's going to offset the crosshair placement, though.
Yeah, that was a bit of a scary one just because he was. I knew what he was trying to do.
That molly.
That molly's going to be good. It just, again, pushes Rue back, so he doesn't have any room to go for a swing right now.
Time. Okay, bombs goes down. 3 on 2. 2 A1Ss. A smoke. A frag grenade. Leo gone. All down to the donut play. They know exactly where they are. They're not giving them anything to work with. There's going to have to be a swing coming in from Rue. What can Rue do? Nada. No. Bueno. Down to match point. Look at the camera again. The gazes. The focus. The smiles. The cheers. They can't help themselves. They know where they are.
Yeah, and they're on the match point now. So match and series point is right in their hands. They had a lot of difficulty getting this done here on Inferno, but things have really turned to a different tide. And look again, turtus.pro, they're on the MP9s, scraping the barrel. They have to try to do something big here. Molly's going in deep. Lurk smoke going to be thrown here from Lurkies. But again, a little bit of a ruse right now. They're going to try to crunch into mid late. They think it might be a rush. Nova's taking a big brunt of damage, but really is not too much to worry about. His life is still intact. And look at turtus.pro and how split apart they are. They're all just playing a different spot on the map. They're not even playing together really for the most part. This could be all just catastrophic, and it all could just be crashing and burning right here and right now. And again, like now with this man advantage here from Lurky's FOMO, getting down the one player already, now they can just kind of hold things off. They can pump the brake just a little bit longer, but now they're going to expect this player close on by. Yes, indeed they will. Nova's going to take the head of this. Now this A site once again. Miss the molly. That's not what you want. That's a little bit of a misplay. Those nerves are starting to maybe seep in a little bit now for the T's.
Fireman, your own molly. That's not what you need to do on entry, but you got to do what you got to do. Borb on the flank. Picks up a gun. Grabs an AK. The op to grab one. It's a 4 versus 2. This is for the tournament. 2 days of hard graft from Lurky's FOMO. Looking to pay off here. Bulb's not done. He is not tapping out just yet. Trying to get through donut. Take a chomp out the donut. Grabs 2. Down to the 2-on-2. Time's ticking. The bomb's down.
Fucking alien. There's a beautiful shot. He's able to get the backstab, and now it's just all down to 1. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Lurky's FOMO on the cusp, and they are going to be your Game Arena champions. They're going to be able to get things done with a 2-0, and they're going to take that grand prize away for them.
$1,000 to the team, $200 ahead, split between 5. Lovely jubbly. Well earned. And massive high fives go the way of turtus as well. Fought from the bottom of the barrel all tournament long. All the odds were stacked against them. Took out one of the favorites of this entire tournament, Aether as well. Fought until the end. OTs. Good games, fist bumps, GGs, and still $500 for that team to take home. $100 apiece. Nothing to be upset about, but definitely delight. Smiles all round for FOMO. Got it done in 2 for that grand final.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, you know, despite even the loss here for turtus, I mean, the fact is, like, this was a team that they really, to me, again, was just like the dark horse in the sense of just like a really underperformance on day 1, able to bounce back the way they did here for day 2. I mean, they fought tooth and nail to get here. Like, this is, again, where they were in a position where they were able to win some big games against some good teams. And the fact that they even took down the Ohio Meatwagon in a 2-0 fashion with 13-8s across the board and getting themselves here for the grand final, it's nothing but a really good achievement. I know it's not the W, but getting to a LAN final in the way they did, you definitely got to give a lot of kudos for them because they definitely fought their way for it, and they were not a team that I was expecting to be in this position here today, if I'm going to be
So
honest.
many upsets. You spit it right. So many upsets. We saw teams that it was looking like they were on a one-way ticket to that grand final. I'm talking about the meat wagons, and it fell apart. Either reserve. We thought that was going to be a game we'd be casting in that semi-final, just with the statistics based off of sort of previous experience, the crazy no scope we saw from Ether. But we're just talking about all the scopes we're seeing from the teams that got through to that grand final, got through to that semi-final. Just competitive nature from every team, some good sportsmanship, some good banter, and just good talent, man. Some really good games all day long. It's been a long day for the players, it's been a long day for us and production, but well worth it. Some banger games and a lot to talk about for the post-match.
Yeah, definitely a lot to really go through with this, and it does actually look like we have ready to go for the interview. So let's not mess around. Let's bring him in right away. It's the man of the hour. It's Jester once again. Look at him, the big smirk on his face. Big congratulations to you, sir. And honestly, I'll just kind of start things off right away. But what a performance from you in this third map! Like, what happened? Like, was there a conversation? Did somebody get you fired up, or did you have some Wheaties, or what'd you do here? Why was that performance just unreal?
In Ancient, the second map?
Yeah.
Well, we have a really good game plan on Ancient, and around round 4 or 5 on T side, we realized they were listening to our comms, so we were saying push B and rushing A, and vice versa. So, yeah, we just kind of abused that a lot, and it got us a lot of rounds. There were some rounds we pushed A where they were just like 4B. It was super easy after that.
Some fake comms. That's a LAN strategy. That's a LAN strategy if you've ever heard them. Talking of that and going back in time, we're going back to Inferno for Napa 1. OTs. What a crazy set of OTs there. What happened for Inferno? There were some moments where, have to say it, there was a really, really close round. I think it came down to like a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1. It was just a slight miss on the trade. Super close game. How did you guys take that away and close that out?
We had a hard time figuring out CT side against them because they just weren't using util early game, and they were using it all for like post plants, and it was like super. It was just something we've never really played against before against anyone. So it took some adjustments, and we finally cracked it on CT side. And in the second overtime, or like late into the first overtime, so yeah, we just figured out how to play against them, and then we felt super confident the entire T half on the map. So.
Yeah, T-Star was never a problem. You said it yourself when we mentioned it. Yeah, CT stud is something that is to be desired. You're working on improving that, but definitely the adaptation, the latter portion of that first OT, you're right, leading to the second OT. Brilliant stuff, man. Great comeback in Inferno, and yeah, really impressive strategic outplays. From Inferno over to Ancient, you got any more questions yourself, lads?
Yeah, honestly, I think the one thing I just wanted to ask you is more about Inferno, just because, you guys had a really strong T side to start things off. It was a 9-3 first half. It was obviously a bit of a tumble going onto your CT side. Like, was there something that you were noticing for yourselves that was going wrong, or did you think that they really were just playing a really good T side that was just going over against you guys?
We just couldn't they were doing a lot of like dry walking. And the way we were playing was we were playing like single player holding stuff. So they just had like peeker's advantage, and they had really good aim, and they were just one tapping our like single players, and they won in a 4v5, which is just a massive advantage for T side. So okay. It's they were playing all right Counter-Strike for how like, we were playing, and they just punished us a decent amount with their aim.
Yeah,
counterplays, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, though it was a crazy game. I mean, that was the thing. Like, you guys was just so back and forth. And honestly, I don't know if you guys had like a Coach Carter moment, or somebody like said the right thing to fire you guys up, because it just seemed like you guys were on the backboards a lot, but you were kind of in that Rocky movie where you're like swinging still. You're still trying to make connections, but you stayed alive, and you were able to get a 2-0 to get the thing done. But yeah, big congratulations to you, though, sir. And I hope you have a fun day and a fun night celebrating with the guys, because you earned that victory, and you're the grand champions here, the Operation Winter.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. Last question before you let you go, man. You got any shout-outs, first of all?
Twitch, Jester Jesting. That's my Twitch.
Hell yeah.
If any of my teammates were here, I'm sure they have shout-outs too. Shout out to Hunter. He was our coach for every game pretty much this event, except this last one. And yeah, if you're at a LAN, don't listen to the other team's comms.
Sneaky beaky. It doesn't work. It doesn't pay off. Last personal question.
Cheers,
Let you go,
never
buds.
win.
Hey, you said it. Were you IGLing? I believe you were IGLing that game, correct? Or of this tournament, correct?
We kind of were just doing some
hybrid
everyone comms,
IGLing?
do some slow stuff, and then we had some strap book stuff that we showed to Nova, and it was sprinkled in left and right. But it was mainly just defaults, rushes, basic Counter-Strike, done at a mediocre level, but we tried and we did well, so I'm happy with how it ended.
You're very humble. You exceeded expectations today, man. Really, there's some moments where definitely you could have you fumbled the bag, but you picked the bag up and you ran away with it. So very well done. Grand final 2-0, 200 bones for each of you to take home. And yeah, safe travels, man. I know the weather's a little bit sketchy out there right now, so safe travel.
Hopefully my flight doesn't get delayed, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed, not man.
Yeah.
$200 to have fun otherwise.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, honestly, one thing I really, really like about, what Jester was kind of calming, and again, it just makes me think about way back in the past, is when you fake calm when you're on LAN. And actually, it's amazing how much you can throw a team off, especially when games are getting really close. You can pretend like you can have a voice chat or text each other and say, I'm going to fake call, we're doing this, but we're doing the exact opposite. And it's amazing how when things are so tight and things are happening in the local area like this, like at a LAN event, your instinct is to go, I just heard them say they're going A, we're going to, stack the site or something like that. So the fact they did that, it's a very classic thing for any experienced LAN player, but honestly, it's little things like that you start to learn that you're like, we kind of manipulated that a little bit and the team bid on it. So the fact that they were able to just kind of throw a lot of confusion, it's funny how much that can play such a little bit of an advantage in such an environment like this.
A big advantage, especially on day 2, right? You're coming semi-finals, grand finals region. The games are starting to get tougher. You're starting to get more fatigued. You're starting to kind of scramble. What strats are going to be something that can outplay these teams? They've seen some of our previous games, but yeah, it comes down to the finer details. And one of them, ninja comms. You've got ninja to views. You've got ninja comms as well, working dividends for the likes of Lurky's FOMO. Congratulations to them, and for turtus.pro as well. Congratulations for your second place. Have some money to take away. Hopefully, everyone gets home and safe. And again, thanks for production. Thanks to Game Arena, Operation Winter. I want to say Operation Success. It was a really good tournament and privilege to be casting some CS2 of you lads. It's been awesome, bro.
Yeah, it's been a very long time for you and I to be back on the desk together, and definitely want to give a massive shout out to all the staff for Game Arena, whether they're on the site, production here for us. A huge kudos for you all, and of course the viewers. We definitely appreciate it. I was able to kind of gum in and out a little bit to see what's going on. You all seem very interested in the matches, so obviously love that. Hope you enjoyed it. We definitely did. That was an exciting way to start 2025 off. Looking very forward to what else is going to be in store for us. But that is going to be it here. So as you see, things are going to be concluded. And thank you so much. And we'll see you another time in another place.
Later.